Hello, everybody, and welcome back to unMadeGaming. We are here for game 2 of our 12-hour charity stream, and we are running some City of Mist. It's the first time for a lot of people on the channel, so it's the first time that I have Jim here, I believe. It's the first time I have Meta here running a game for us, which is super awesome. And so yeah, let's jump right in. So Meta, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about this game, City of Mist.
Hi guys, I'm Metamancer. If you've never met me before, I'm pretty much a City of Mist MC, like all the time. I've done a lot of other tabletop campaigns, but City of Mist is kind of speaks to my heart as a tabletop role player. So yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at the Metamancer or on twitch.tv/Metamancer. And today we're gonna have a fun, action-packed 3 hours of gameplay. If you've never seen me GM before, I hit hard, and we just go nonstop. So you're in for a treat, hopefully.
Sweet. Let's jump right over to McLogan. McLogan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
That's a great question. Who am I? I really want to go to the philosopher Aristotle.
Aristodes. I like that one better.
Aristodes, his cousin, less known. Yeah, I'm today. I'm playing a lovely character named Edwin Kirk, who is a bounty hunter with some luck on his side. But yeah, you guys can find me. I run a show called Chosen on Mixer.com/StoryQuest on Wednesdays. That's great. And then I'm on Pyrebrand on Fridays, and I'm on the World Treat Burns over on Counter Roleplay, and Pyrebrand's over on Meta's channel because she likes having me on shows.
Sweet. Let's jump right over to Jack, a face you all know here. Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hey guys, I go by JackoBuddy everywhere online, Twitter and all those places. I'm currently running the Island in the Sky campaign right here on unMadeGaming. Super fun campaign on Thursdays. And I'm really excited for this. This is my first real City of Mist game. I've kind of played around in it and a couple things like that, but this is gonna be my first real dive into it. And I am playing a character named Daniel Gatzberg. And he is a former big shot accountant who got thrown into jail for a little while for embezzling, and now works for just a crappy H&R Block kind of tax consultant firm, and is doing whatever it takes to get back to the top again, where he can probably embezzle again or something.
Perfect. Perfect. And last but definitely not least, Jim, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am Jim Davis, one half of WebDM, and you can find us on YouTube, where we do tabletop advice and Dungeons & Dragons inspiration videos. And we also have a Twitch channel where we play on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday evenings, either D&D or this new game called Invisible Sun, which is totally awesome and excellent. You should check that out when you get a chance. I am going to be playing Declan Lestrange, Mr. Effect precedes the cause. I live in a dream. Declan is an antiquities dealer who discovered something that makes him think this world is not what it is, and has been obsessed with uncovering that secret ever since, and finds himself wrapped up in paranormal shenanigans constantly. So I'm excited. Last time I got to play with Metamancer, it was a blast, and I'm looking forward to playing with everyone else. So yeah, let's raise some money.
Sweet. And I am playing Ghostface. Ex-cop decided that the criminals the law can't touch, he can. That's not inappropriate. We'll just go with that. Before we hand things over for Meta to take us away, a few things. Guys, this is a charity stream. This is a charity stream unlike most of our other charity streams we've done all year long. This is for ALS. You've seen it in the Discord. You saw Mike just posted in there. Mike, who is my roommate, one of my best friends, and someone who's been on unMadeGaming since it started. A few months ago, recently lost his dad to ALS. His family's actually coming up here for the weekend to do the ALS walk that is local to us. And so I'm dedicating this 12-hour stream to that, as well as going on the walk with him tomorrow. So this is a cause that hits close to home, and it is a charity stream. So guys, in the donation section down below, you can donate for all those Nat 1s, Nat 20s, all kinds of cool stuff you can do to interact with the show and torture Meta, and you help a great cause, people doing research for ALS and Lou Gehrig's disease and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's it. With that, Meta, take us away.
Awesome. I would like to just mention that the torture will be coming from me, not the other way.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. We're going to set our scene, and it is a very rainy day, about middle of the day, but the clouds have pretty much stopped the sun rays coming through, so everything looks a little bit dreary. However, in this particular case, you had all been working an investigation alongside the police. They essentially hired you as consultants on some very strange happenings, a series of robberies that had been taking place. But this one was a little bit different and had escalated quite a bit in a very short period of time. And as you guys are there, you can kind of feel the heat from the street as the rain had fallen, and you almost can see the steam coming through as you look upon a building. Squad cars from the police completely surrounding it, a SWAT car on the side, as well as they're preparing their forces. And you've all been given bulletproof vests in order to protect yourselves. The police chief kind of walks over. He's taken over the case at this point, given the escalated situation, and he starts to brief you. As you're all standing there, he says, "All right, guys, we got a very serious situation. There are 12 hostages inside of this bank, and we are told there are multiple explosives rigged to blow if we try to breach. You guys need to get in, get the hostages out if you can, and try to disable the individuals. We cannot tell how many hostiles are inside. They've disabled all of our cameras. And with that, I will give you other equipment as necessary, preferably if we can de-escalate the situation without violence. That would be preferred, but at this point, it is a disable and retrieve." So, you guys are there together. You've done a few cases before, but this is a little bit unlike what you've had experience with. Normally, the police wouldn't call you in, but your reputation has preceded you in this case, and you have been known to assist with a little more delicate situations. Given your expertise, especially in antiquities, they think that they are trying to breach the vault to retrieve something very valuable, and so you were called in to hopefully retrieve it safely without damage from the owner, who recommended you as well as somebody who was reliable in that situation. As far as everyone else, whether it's luck on your side or otherwise, your expertise is going to probably come in handy, and because you have worked together before, there's a high level of confidence that you guys can get the job done. So I'll let you guys, if you want to describe your characters as we go through, you start making your plan.
So what's the building look like? Is there multiple entrances? Is there maybe a utility tunnel somewhere?
Yes, this bank is like the central bank in downtown. It's got lots of money, and it has been targeted before, but previously the security has been up enough that it was fine. That's one of the reasons why the police are having so much trouble, because they're not sure how they were able to take hold of the building. There's definitely utility. You could request blueprints of utility tunnels and any other service routes that could be used. But yeah.
So Declan he's got his coat off. He's just in his shirt, sleeves rolled up, the protective vest over that. He's armed with several of his own pistols that look custom made, and it appears as though he's like maybe with the chief or whoever else has a map or something, sort of going over the layout and trying to figure out maybe the best way in. So that's sort of where Declan is.
I think Edwin, Edwin would be next to Declan, looking at the map, and what you'd see is like someone who has like the body vest on. It's his own body vest, the body vest that he didn't get handed one because he already had his own. He'd be over by there where his car is, and like with the trunk open. and you see a guy who is wearing it looks like to be like somewhat of a business shirt with like a vest over it, and he's like going through and looking, and he's like picking up a gun and then looking at another gun, and what you notice is that all the rounds in there are non-lethal. They're all like rubber bullets or something to subdue. And he's like gauging it. He's like, well, let me think about this. And then he would look over to the map slyly, and can I make a roll where it is looking at the map? I'm going to use part of my parkour talents. I'm going to use lay of the land, traverse the concrete jungle. I'm also going to use secret vault because I got in secretly, and I kind of want to use that. And also, yeah, that's the 3 I want to roll right there.
Okay.
I also want to throw out, I have an additional power tag with my luck ability that doesn't work for me, but everyone, it's lucky charm. If we can do this, everyone gets a +1 when they're by me.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, let me. How do we roll on this one again?
Are you doing a change the game?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, I think it's either change the game or investigate. I change the game, makes more sense. All right, there we go. I remember how to play. Oh, I need roll 20 up to see what I get on my roll.
Great.
14. Damn.
Nice. Okay, so your juice is equal to power, so you're gonna get a 3
Okay.
power that you can use. You can create a story tag for yourself in this particular case, or do any of the other effects there.
I'm trying to remember what I want to do.
So what's your ultimate goal?
I want to find a route for us to get in, where all of us can get in, because I'm able to get in by myself, but I don't know. I don't think my compatriots will be able to get in.
Okay.
And I want to scale up the effect of being unnoticed when we make this this route.
Okay.
And how many juice do I have again?
3.
3. So the last juice, I'm going to bank this last juice. So maybe there's something we can work out with the table, just in case.
Okay.
But I want to find a route and make sure we're not detected when we go into the route.
Okay. Why don't you create a story tag of...
Service entrance? Old service entrance?
Sure.
Okay. Old forgotten service entrance. Yes.
Okay.
Just keep adding words. Old, abandoned, forgotten service. Keep adding.
Luxury event.
With elevator.
Free latte, old forgotten service entrance.
They stored all that old ordnance.
Yeah. Gun laden, old abandoned. I think Francis, who is Ghostface's actual name, looks like a plainclothes cop here. He looks kind of like a PI. However, the rest of the group knows him as otherwise. The cops don't know that he's the vigilante Ghostface. So he's in like jeans, a jacket. He has a pistol holster. Like he's got like a hat on. Like a baseball hat. Sure, why not? And he's just kind of walking around, and you see him like talking and interacting with like some of his old cop buddies. Now that he's off the force for administrative leave or whatever they do with cops these days. And he is probably talking to whomever called them here, like the guy that knows that he knows these people. To try to get more information as to like what antiquities may have been in here. What details are we not getting from the cops that like they would withhold from like the media and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to roll some kind of either convince or investigate. I'm not sure which one it would be. I don't know if this guy
Probably
is
investigate. They're
Okay.
pretty open with you as far as information.
Sure.
Obviously, they're not going to give you like confidential stuff, but
Right. So I have, for power tags under former police detective, I have law enforcement ties, interrogate, and persuasive. I think law enforcement and persuasive would
Yes.
apply here. So I'll roll me an investigate.
okay, good, great success. So
Yeah,
you can
boy.
give me 2 pointed questions. I'll give you
Two questions.
direct answers or leads.
Okay. What do we think the most likely target was?
The vault.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like what? Like we knew that, right? So what was like?
Oh.
Do they know like the contents of the vault? What's the most likely artifact that they're looking for?
They are unable to get in contact with the bank manager who has the inventory of the vault.
Suspicious. Okay.
And they can't confirm who the hostages are. They just know that there was 12 people. There could be more that they're unaware of.
You're right.
That either hid or whatever. But as of right now, the hostiles within haven't made contact with the police beyond the fact that they threatened if anybody breached that they would use the explosives, which haven't been confirmed if they even exist. It could be a bluff.
Mhm.
And obviously, law enforcement just can't take the risk to go in and kill 12 people. So your best bet is that, given the fact that Declan is here, there's at least some kind of valuable artifacts within. Obviously, lots of money. So you're not sure if the hostiles are there for money or for something else altogether.
And I guess the second clue is a little vague, but what do we know about the hostiles?
You know that they are all masked.
Okay.
As far as voices are concerned, they didn't recognize the person that made the call. They have supplied at the door basically a phone that they can use to communicate, since they disabled all the internal security. So like police can't hack in or have any of that contact.
Okay.
And as far as the number of hostiles, they don't know. However, they appear to be incredibly organized. So this is not their first rodeo.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I guess he'll take that information back to like the group as a whole, and he kind of looks down and he says, "I talked to the chief, and this isn't your regular outfit. These guys are professionals. They've done this. They've disabled the cameras. They've disabled the security. They've taken the whole nine. There's no way in or out of this place except for whatever he finds."
Yeah, and then so Daniel is a reasonably tall man with very slicked over to the side hair. He wears a kind of old, starting to fade, kind of old business suit that he had. That even with his bulletproof vest on, you can kind of see his suit kind of poking out from underneath. And even as he stands here, he's just kind of playing with a little deck of playing cards in one of his hands, just kind of fiddling with it, shuffling it, and switching the cards around and cutting the deck. And he's been kind of watching and listening to everybody as they go around, and not really thinking he needs information, just kind of waiting for everyone else to do all the work for him. And hearing this information, he would like to think back to his time in his accounting career and in his career in the world of finance and going to banking and all of that, and see if he can recall maybe anything he's heard down like the grapevine about this bank, in terms of maybe what they would be keeping here, or maybe something about like the layout that he might would remember to know where, you know, hostages could be kept, things like that, based on probably his time coming to this bank many times in his career. And so I do have a power tag for a former big time accountant
Okay.
that I would like to use on that. And would that be an investigate?
Yeah, if you're trying to get information.
Okay. And that's a mild success.
Okay.
You also
So,
have a +1 for Lucky Charm if you're by me.
Okay. That would make it a 10 then, so that would be a great success.
Yep. Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, 2 direct questions.
Okay. Yeah, the first one, he would kind of ask himself if he could think of, based on the layout he recalls of this bank, what would be the most likely place that he would, if he was the one in this situation, where would he keep these hostages? What's a good likely place to keep them where it'd be secure?
Actually, right by the vault. They could potentially, if they had the keys, which they probably do, they could put them in the security deposit area. And there's only one entrance in and out of there. And so they keep an eye on that while also simultaneously working the vault if they're trying to get into it.
Perfect. And then he would ask, maybe besides the vault and the safety deposit box, are there any other places in this bank where valuables might be stored that they may also be looking?
Nothing that isn't, or rather, nothing as valuable as what they find in the security and vault.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and so Daniel would kind of relay this information over to the group as well and say, so they're most likely keeping the hostages in the safety deposit room. That's where I'd do it. One way in or out, no windows, very secure.
Very secure. Well, we think we can get in. And it's like at this point, Edwin's over there, right? And he's sort of like coordinating with the map. And Ghostface has come back. Well, think we have a plan to get in and find this vault?
Well, right there. There's an old service entrance I remember from my childhood. It is not used anymore. That's probably how they got in the first place.
Well, perhaps they won't see us coming then.
Especially since they disabled their own eyes.
Right.
You did, Mike.
Oh, he's going to gloss over the fact that your childhood contains a secret entrance to a bank.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't ask questions, right?
Guess. So, get in, quick, quiet, take them out.
I think we should make sure we have identified which ones are hostages. We don't want we don't want one of them slipping through.
That's true. They did say they're all wearing masks, so can't be sure
What
of
kind of
that.
masks are they wearing?
Over to the police chief.
Did I get that information, Madam?
Yeah, they're nondescript mask, like ski mask type stuff.
Gotcha.
The person that picked up the phone and brought it inside, the police were able to get a general idea of what he looks like. Definitely tactical vests, boots, the whole 9 yards. Absolutely 100% wearing something bulletproof vest kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Seems fairly generic. It wouldn't be difficult for them to swap out with one of the hostages.
Yeah. Wouldn't. All right. Maybe there's a way to get to the security console, reacquire the surveillance before we attempt the vault.
Can't imagine why. At least one of us is good with computers. And he looks over to the money launderer of the group.
Right.
the accountant.
I don't know why you're looking at me. All my work is, I prefer the pen and paper calculator.
Well,
Not a hacker.
We'll figure it out, I guess. You said there was a service entrance.
Yes.
Mind leading the way?
Oh, right over here. Question. Juice gets used up when we leave the scene. Are we leaving the scene currently?
Yes, technically.
Okay. Before we leave, I want to use the last juice, and I think I want to scale up the effect again of the entrance, and I kind of want to say this time no one's paying attention because inside the vault or inside the bank, because currently the police chief got on the phone and is making communication with them. So and it's like a heated mini argument, and they don't notice us slipping off into the entrance.
Would that be a different story tag then? Like distracted?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could do distracted. So
Yeah. So give yourself, that's a plus story tag to you out of 1. Also, make sure you guys add this story tag of bulletproof vest, which will give you a bonus if you guys get shot at, which is good because they probably have guns. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Wow, you rob a bank nowadays without a gun, probably, right?
So with the story tags, let me actually. Do we click one or click it like the one when we need to make the roll? If it's
No. So you see the plus minus on the bottom?
Oh yeah.
Doing a roll, you would add a plus or minus depending on how it affects your character.
So,
okay, gotcha,
so you click the 1 at all times, and then click the plus or minus when you roll.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. So your service tunnel entrance is probably a level 2 story tag.
Okay.
In this case, so if you do any more rolls that are relevant to you finding like how to get in, that would be a +2 for you.
Okay.
You guys can all also add probably the lucky charm
Right.
+1, so that you guys don't have to forget. You can roll that as long as you guys are next to Edwin.
Sweet.
So yeah, you guys should have 2 story tags, exception Loke has 1 extra one. Okay, cool. So next, you guys are going to go towards the tunnel entrance. The enemies are currently distracted, so you don't have to worry about trying to sneak through at this point. I won't make you guys do a sneak around right now.
Okay.
And you get to the service entrance. Why don't you tell us what it looks like?
When you get there, it's like a door that has that's like on the backside of the bank by an alley. There is actually like boxes and dumpsters, or like a dumpster and boxes around it because no one uses it anymore. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say something looks disturbed on it, but it might have like been placed back. Not sure, but yeah, and then like it's like inside a little bit, and it's like got a little cubby area, and there's like a cat in there where it's made its home, and it runs away as soon as we start walking up, and I'm like, there it is. I'll go first. and then kind of clear out the boxes and all that kind of stuff. Can I roll and investigate to see if there is any sort of surveillance or like alarms set up on the door?
There are no alarms set to this tunnel entrance.
Okay. Is there surveillance?
You can roll and investigate for that.
Okay. I'm gonna do luck is on my side, right place, right time.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense.
Okay.
And I'll go with that. And then the service entrance.
Yes.
Okay. So plus. Okay. And then investigate. Any minuses? Let me see real quick.
I don't see any.
Yeah, okay. I'll just roll it like that then. Investigate 5.
Cool.
12, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I looked at the
5
power.
power tags, yeah. Give me your questions.
Has someone been through here recently?
Yes.
Is there surveillance set up on the door?
Yes.
What kind of surveillance is set up on the door?
Looks like a camera. Very small. Easy to miss.
Okay. Is there a path to avoid detection from the camera?
No, the path is the tunnel's too narrow.
Okay. Last question. Is the camera wireless?
Yes.
Okay. That's my 5.
Okay.
So I'm like, wait. Before we go any further, they have a wireless camera right there.
Perhaps one of us should render it useless.
Matter, what time of day is it?
It's midday, like 3 o'clock.
And this camera that you just pointed out, where is it facing? Like, here's the gate, and it's facing out towards like kind of where we're standing.
Close to, yeah. You got. Edwin spotted it fast enough that you guys didn't pass through to the video feed yet.
Okay, I'm gonna. I mean, it'll still be obvious, I guess. I don't know. So I can. Shit. So he looks around and says, "I can give us a kind of a cloak, but you'll still be picked up by the camera. It doesn't make us invisible."
Are you able to... Is anyone able to disrupt the camera? I think that would be the best.
I could black out the lens with some ink or something like that, but not disrupt it mechanically.
Yeah, not mechanically. But, yeah, I don't think there's anything we could do about it.
Now, perhaps we could use this cloak idea that he had, but then perhaps I could create some type of distraction to the other side of where the camera would be viewing, and so that if someone's watching it, perhaps they'll be so busy watching the distraction that they miss us slip through the camera.
I had an idea. Is it storming right now?
Yeah, pouring rain.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna throw this by you. I want lightning to strike inside of the tunnel, creating an EMP and disrupting the camera.
Do you have a way to manipulate lightning?
So as he's talking, I want to roll luck is on my side, right place, right time, and that's it. That just goes two.
Now, Declan has mysterious reality bending. Is there any way that it can be combined? Like we're like the two of us together, just
Yes, if you guys want to role play out how that becomes a thing.
Yeah. So we're sitting here like any way to disrupt the camera, Edwin and Declan here, and I don't know. Sometimes it's difficult for me to control, but sometimes when I just need something to happen, or luck, I don't think it's luck. I think it's some sort of higher power acting on my behalf, but
I would call it luck.
Call it luck, huh?
I mean,
the storm's awfully fierce right now, and he just he can't actually call lightning, but he's like, I don't know, maybe if he.
With our powers combined.
I mean, I like to think that he sort of like lets himself go and like stops trying to like control things. Maybe he's learned to sort of disassociate almost. And maybe Declan just sort of like leans against a wall out of view, and he kind of goes slack and leans against it and tries to just relax every part of himself and see if something doesn't happen because he's letting go of control.
Okay.
And the dream doesn't take over and maybe assert itself.
Okay. So how does... For Edwin, he can't control what happens, right?
No.
So with the both of you guys, here's what I think you can do. And if you have a better way, you can let me know. I think that Edwin should roll change the game to see if he can give his luck over to Declan temporarily to essentially increase his chance to succeed at allowing the dream to, bend to his will in this case.
Yeah, and how this looks is that you see Edwin. He comes up, little stubble beard, and like messy hair, and he walks up and he's like, "Are you all right?" And then change the game.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Mild success. Okay.
Yikes, that's
Um,
close.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so you can give him a story tag if you'd like.
The story tag would be Jim. What do you think would be a good story tag for this? Since we're working this out together, I'm thinking something where like lucid dream,
Probability bending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probability bending. It's not like that. Lucid. Yeah. You know, lightning might never strike twice, but maybe you can make it strike where you want once. I'm thinking of something like that. Here's how it looks. Maybe like Declan has let himself go and he's sort of just like trying to tune in and he's still getting a handle on what he's able to do. And he takes something conductive in his hand and he throws it down the alley at like this last minute of complete inaction to just snapping to it.
Why'd you throw your phone?
And like that zap, the phone, right? Like he just like throws the phone down the alley and that zaps, like that attracts the lightning.
Okay.
And would just get anything within that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do a take the risk because I think this is more of a pass fail thing and
Sure.
not like a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So get a plus 2 on
Oh, I did not add anything to that.
yes,
Oops.
that's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So +2 taking action.
yeah.
All right. And
then whatever power tag you were gonna apply.
so I was going to apply mysterious reality bending. I don't really have anything
Okay.
else to add to that.
So then a +3, which gives you a 9, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lucky Charms added to that.
Yeah. 'Cause right. Yeah.
Oh, so 10.
So 10.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, on a 10, that's good. That's good because I was about to make something else happen if it was a 9.
Pretty bad.
No, I
like,
clicked
when
on
you
the
wrote
button
this
before I
next,
added
I
it.
was like, we're both gonna get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Way to go, Declan.
It's gonna
Yeah.
hit the
Okay.
foam and arc back to both of you.
Okay. So tell me exactly what it looks like when that phone like kind of hits that tunnel.
Right. So Declan's been like just letting go and he's listening to thunder and he's waiting for the flashes to kind of like play against his eyes as they're closed. And he just sort of counts out and tries to time it at the same time, throws the phone down and the lightning arcs like from a power line down to the alleyway and just zaps everything around it. It's loud, right?
Mm.
But it's loud like across the block.
Yep.
Maybe the power goes out and from the next block over.
Yeah. Definitely. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. You can, without a doubt, say that the camera is disabled because there's just a tad bit of smoke emitting from that.
Oh, time's now. I mean,
Yeah, we should move.
What the hell was that? Yeah. And he starts following
Dream, my
behind.
friends.
Yes, please don't burn my suit.
Well,
Some weird things today.
it's the first time I've ever done that. And just, he'll follow behind Edwin if Edwin's leading the way.
I hope that's the only time we have to do that.
All right.
Yeah, and then make my way in to open the door and kind of like look around because I imagine just with common sense tag, if that probably made a loud bang, and we maybe have burned the story tag distracted, but depending, I'll leave that up to your call.
Yeah, probably given the fact that there was definitely somebody watching that feed, but there's multiple people inside, so it's like one of them's probably distracted still dealing with the police chief, but now that the feed is out, they're like, what the hell? They do know it's storming, so it's one of those like, is it a coincidence, is it not kind of moments with them.
Okay, so maybe they might still be distracted. I don't know, but okay, so yeah, I would get everyone inside and then I imagine sneak around.
What does this place look like?
The
Oh
tunnel?
yeah.
Yeah. Is it just a straight up tunnel? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless Loke wants to add any more descriptors to.
I mean, no, there's a like to the door. No, it's just the little tunnel, and then when we get past the door, I don't. Is there more tunnel?
We're talking about like a servant's entrance, so let's go with like it's one of the underground
like steam pipes on the walls.
Yeah.
Is it lit, or is this just like, because it's not used anymore,
There's
right?
emergency type lighting, so it's not like bright lights, but it's enough to guide you. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's not
those dim
lighting for safety purposes, but that's about it.
Yeah. Francis kind of looks to everyone else. He takes the hat off, kind of tosses it back outside, pulls up his hoodie, and he has like a mask that goes up to his nose that looks like a skull face. And he says, you did that, I got this. And he kind of bends down and like reaches to where there's no light, like the shadows. That's the word I was looking for. And I'm going to try to change the game because apparently I have shadow manipulation, which is dope.
Cool.
So I'm going to change.
Wait. Are you Peter Pan again?
I'm not Peter Pan again. No. This is something different. I didn't plan for this. I didn't read this one.
You and your damn shadows, Mike.
So I'm going to try to change the game. I'm going to use basically what I want to do is just like cloak us in shadow, right? So that we move quieter and unseen. I'm going to use shadow play, envelop in darkness, and dead in sound. No, that might be something else. And then I'll do change the game with those two tags.
Okay.
Ka-chow.
Lucky Charm.
Oh, and Lucky Charm.
So 11.
So
So that's 3 power tags. You can create that story tag and then scale up the effect if you.
Yeah, so I'm going to create the story tag of like Shroud. I'm going to scale it up so that it envelops all of us. And then the other one is... Damn. I guess I'll bank that one for this scene unless something crazy happens, just in case.
Okay. Sounds good.
So we shall have like a +2 to sneak around, I guess.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. All right. So you'll have that for as long as you can get through shadow areas, essentially. Obviously, the bank inside is more well lit, so you'll have a more difficult time. Okay. So, what's next? You guys are moving down. See a lot of utility stuff. The steam pipes. The air here is a lot colder, but it's very damp. Some of the rains come in from the ground, either from a sloping downward or whatever. It's draining. Obviously, there's drainage throughout, as there should be, but it's a little wet. Not slippery so much, so you don't have to worry about any hazards on that front. But it's like kind of that. Not because nobody really knows about this spot, so they don't really care too much for maintenance on it. As you guys kind of move forward. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to do down here? There's a few different paths you could take to get to different doors. Do you want to investigate to figure out which one to go through?
Yeah, I think at some point Declan would like to, like, whenever he walks through a door, I want to see if it's possible for him to have a premonition to see what they did once they were in here. Like if they split up, are they all together, just to gain some insight into maybe where they're at.
Okay.
And so that would be I guess investigate with premonition is with power tag.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get this.
Plus luck.
Plus luck, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of handy, isn't it?
It is until Meta burns my power tag.
Which is the first one she's gonna burn.
Cool. Mild success. Okay. So you'll get 2 questions you can ask me. They might be a little bit more vague, though.
Okay. First question is, how many of them are there?
In the...
Just that came through like this corridor. Like he wants a vision of like them moving through this corridor or something like that.
Okay. I'm not going to give you an exact number since it's a mild success. There were probably about half a dozen that went through the door that you just got to.
Okay.
But you see like there's definitely figures or shapes out of your kind of almost peripheral vision going in another direction.
Okay. So then, that was my 2 questions. Like about how many were there and did they split up?
They definitely split up. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll relay that to everyone. At least 6, more or less. And they split up. And so, like, I guess at some point when he sees that part of the vision, like they split up here, you know.
Yeah.
And which and one side went to the bank and the other side went somewhere else. Correct. Interesting.
Perhaps that's where the security system is.
The chief
Very
thinks that
awesome.
the chief thinks there's something in the vault that they're here for. Something that would pique Declan's interest.
Definitely. That's why the Bancrofts called me.
Doesn't take several people to shut down security system though.
No.
So maybe the vault is a decoy?
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe, or the bank was holding something not known, but
Entirely
valuable.
possible. It's entirely possible that it's not money they're after, but the contents of the vault.
Well, we can check the others.
If it's on the way.
Yeah. I do think it'd be better if we knew what we were running into. I think that the vault is a sure bet, but it could be any better throughout.
If the other three that you saw go this way are still this way, that takes out three of them.
Right. So I'd say we deal with whoever split off and then head to the vault. But we must be quick.
We have to be wary because they might split up because of confidence. They might have powers like ours.
Indeed.
They're also armored head to toe.
They all are also armored. I think whatever we do, we should stick together.
Don't split the party.
No,
You never split the party.
Edwin, one-man wrecking crew going up to the bank. Excuse me.
Let's see here. I don't know. This is where I think Declan's sort of like he's used to working on his by himself and on his own, sort of like rubbing against. He says, "All right, Edwin, this is your you're the one that planned this thing to get in, so we'll take your lead." And Declan kind of steps back.
At this moment, no. There we go. Let me reset everything. Can I make an investigation roll, or let me actually see. Yeah, let's do an investigation roll. Actually, no, maybe not. No, I'm not gonna do a roll right now. I'd be like, well, let's go see where the other crew went. It might be the security. If it is, they will be heading over here shortly. But let's go see if there is something else that is not on the menu.
All right. So you're gonna go down the path that leads not into the bank, basically. Okay. So you kind of keep on going for a little while. It feels like it kind of wraps around. Given your previous view of the blueprints and everything else, I'll give you this, that it seems like it's starting to go under the bank.
Interesting. I don't think security's down here.
No, if I were to hide something, this is where I would hide it.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe you're right. Maybe the vault is a distraction.
And if anyone's good at hiding anything,
Now, what concerns me with this,
The embezzler.
the irony of that statement, considering what he's about to say, what concerns me about this is that if we go down here and we attack them or face them, and they alert the ones above, and they still have the hostages,
Yes.
we might lose our hostages.
We'll summon another lightning bolt.
Perhaps we shouldn't do that twice.
That's true. We should keep our eye. The explosives and the hostages are our priority here.
Agreed. After all, we do get paid more if the hostages are still alive. I mean, of course, we want to make sure they're still alive first. Yes.
That's priority, but let's see what they're up to down here then. And then if we'll play it by ear after we get down there.
Let's just do so quietly.
Yes, I agree.
You guys are still shrouded, so that's not a problem. Okay. Anyone want to do anything at this point as far as rolls or anything like that goes?
I don't.
I think just get there
Yeah.
as
Okay.
quietly as possible.
That's totally fine. All right. As you start to kind of approach, you start to hear a echoing of a ticking, a digital ticking, and you come into a kind of slightly larger space. This appears to be support pillars to the bank, and there are significant amount of explosives wrapped around it, and one of them has a 20-minute timer that is now 19 minutes and 58 seconds.
Woo!
Okay.
So it appears the explosives weren't a bluff, and they were going to blow this place up, whether they got what they wanted or not.
Right. Maybe someone else who has a phone should call the police chief.
I would look at my phone and be like, no signal.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So real quick, if you guys could please put time bomb as a story tag for yourselves at 1. Every single time I increase this track, that means you have less time. Once we hit 5, time bomb goes off.
Okay.
Well, that's not great meta. Okay.
I told you I was gonna throw you guys right into it. It was a slow build up.
It was.
Yeah.
You got me.
You guys in, make you real comfortable. Like, yeah, this is an investigation, moving through. Oh, right.
Can I roll and investigate as soon as I see the support pillars and they're under the bank, right?
Yeah.
I want to roll lay of the land to the ground. Let me see here. Common sense and roll those 3.
Okay.
And let's do investigate. Investigation. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So what I want to glean, I got 3 questions, right? So I want to know, is this how they're breaking into the vault?
No.
If these bombs were to go off, what damage would happen?
The location of the explosives, even though you don't have explosive knowledge, I'm guessing, right?
No.
But your understanding of the city and all that, if these support structures were to go off, the entire bank could potentially collapse. Anybody inside would be killed, most definitely. And the explosion probably would be large enough to level the block.
Okay. Third, did you tell us how many bombs there were?
2.
2
Well,
bombs.
They're tied together essentially, but they're on opposite sides. So it's very possible. This is not a remote detonation. This is a manual detonation once the clock runs out, in order to basically to prevent anybody to try to interfere with the actual signal.
Okay. Well, I look at everyone. Is anyone good with bombs?
No.
You know what's messed up when I was making this character and I was looking through the PDF. One that I took training, and that's what the parkour was. And I kept seeing the word explosives, right? And now it's like haunting me back, and I'm like, God damn it!
Now you have regrets.
I wonder if we were to remove the bombs from the pillars, would it set them off? And I guess I know this would want to.
You're welcome to try, but let's wait for the rest of us to leave before you start touching those things. I think we should get the hostages as fast as possible and let them know what's going on.
I mean, City PD has a bomb squad.
They got OED.
And you took out the OED. Okay. And you took out the cameras. So why don't we just take a step back outside, call them, have them remove the bombs while we remove the other threats?
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
Better idea.
Are you guys? Is one of you going, or all of you going to make the call?
I think the stealthiest should go make the call.
I guess
The rest of
that's...
us can like stay at that split and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, you're the shadow guy.
Yeah, right.
You guys don't need to roll anything. I was just wondering if
Okay.
you were all going. So from a time perspective, you would waste more time everybody traveling together rather than one person basically booking it. And then
Book it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the shadow just sort of moves with me, and they see it as like just an orb of shadow, basically, as just I walk away, and it's like all the lights around me have turned off.
I'm never gonna get used to that.
You threw lightning. he opens the door, pulls out his phone, kicks aside the roasted phone, and calls the chief.
Yeah.
Created the conditions for lightning to strike. That's-
The lightning was already there. We just coaxed it.
Yeah. And then moved
What does the
it.
chief call you?
Francis is his name.
Francis. That's right. Yeah. What can I do for you, Francis?
Hey, we found that there's bombs. That wasn't a joke. Wasn't a bluff.
Yeah.
There's
Copy
a,
that.
There's a service entrance about 20 feet in. Take a left-hand turn. There's 2 bombs. It'll level more than just the bank. You need to get someone down here.
Okay. Copy that. Got bomb squad ready to go anyway. So, thank you for the information. Good luck, guys.
We'll see what else we can do. Boop.
Yeah.
And he goes back in.
Yeah. He goes about his business trying to get bomb squad ready to go. All right. So you make it back to the group, and you're gonna now go
Oh,
towards.
did you tell him how much time he has?
I mean, you can mulligan it if you want.
You know, nah,
Up to you.
that happened.
And so it was. That's how it happened.
Well done.
I see that a bomb squad would get moving as fast as possible, regardless.
Yeah, they would. They would
Yeah.
both lie. The time, it doesn't really matter at that point. If you were like, it's about to go off, then they'd be like, well,
Good luck.
we done fucked up.
Get out.
You know.
Best of luck
Then
to
it would
you.
be about evacuating the city block and not
Yeah.
the bank at that point.
We're-
Yeah, they're gonna start evacuations anyway, but they have to do it discreetly so that the hostiles inside don't know that they know about the bomb or where it is. So
Yeah.
slow process.
So, with that bomb, can I ask? Did that tunnel keep going, or was there other locations that bombs could have been placed?
Yes, there would have been.
hmm.
Could have been. But based on where you guys were, that was a central location. It was placed in an area that would do the most amount of damage.
Okay, and they probably only had enough time to set up some, but we're already gone. So, it was just a question that occurred to my brain after we left. So, yeah, I would, as soon as Francis gets back, I would be like, well, now we make our way up.
Yeah.
He's like, well, is there, so when I open the door and like look up, is there a stairwell?
Yes.
Okay. Do I hear anyone on the stairwell?
Not on the stairwell, no.
Okay. Can I? I'm gonna be like, I'll go on ahead. Hold on, and then I'm gonna parkour up the stairs.
Okay. Fantastic.
And I'm gonna say this is. I don't want to say change the game. Well, I'll say change the game, or actually sneak around.
Yep.
Be more appropriate.
Mhm.
So let's do lay of the land, traverse the concrete jungle, and right place, right time. And let's see, any power tags? Is distracted a bonus for me still, or is that a power tag gone?
That power tag is now gone.
Okay. Get rid of that guy. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll it with the 3. 9, mild success.
Okay. So, let you know what that means. Things get complicated.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm gonna choose to.
Oh wait, you have a +2 for the shroud.
You're not with him.
Oh, you went by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I scouted ahead.
Damn it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit
So
too much.
what's gonna happen is, you manage to get up there, and I'll let you see something if you'd like, but the door makes a sound when you leave, which will be noticed by one of the house elves.
Okay. I have a plan for that. I will see the
Yep.
thing.
You will see that there is one guard posted not far from the stairwell, but you can't see.
Okay.
It. That's what I'll give you.
And then I'll be like, and then as the door, I would then jump to the ceiling and do some like Summer Glau stuff and from Serenity and try to like hang up
Okay.
like if I can, or like hang on to like the wall cabling and like be like on the wall like
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I will. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
You don't need to roll for that. Okay. You can hear at this point, while the boots are relatively quiet because they have the rubberized soles, you can still hear against the marble flooring on the bank as it kind of makes its way towards the stairwell. And the door kind of clicks open with the metal almost starting to echo down the stairwell. And you can see the man, again, full face mask, ski mask type thing. He is holding, now that you can see him fully, he is holding an assault rifle, and he has a pistol mounted to his leg, as well as combat knives at the back. And he has a tactical vest, definitely bulletproof underneath, based on how much bulk he's carrying. This man is actually pretty significant in size, probably about 6 feet tall, and well built. So definitely some kind of strength, prowess.
Yeah. Hey, can I roll an investigate?
Yeah.
I want to do. Okay, let's reset.
I'm just picturing actual McLokin in the ceiling looking down. Beard dangles.
Picturing McLokin if he were Tom Cruise, and a little bead of sweat is on his nose.
The bead of sweat's on his beard. It just has made its way down.
I'm gonna invoke a weakness tag for this one.
Okay.
Misjudged.
Okay.
Let me see. So what I'm gonna do is sense wrongdoing. Luck is on my side. In common sense. And then misjudged because I misjudged the door and it put me in this predicament.
Yes.
But so I got 2 power tags. So investigate 10. Okay. So 2 questions, right?
Yes.
Does he have any distinguishing marks that are visible?
Nothing is visible. Like, you can't even tell
Okay.
what kind of race he is.
I want to open the second question to the table because that was my only question I had. What do you guys want to know about these people that you think would be relevant or that we could glean from looking?
What's Edwin's background? To see if
Bounty
you would know
hunter?
this. Okay, bounty hunter. So, like, my question would be like, this guy, what's his gait? Does he look like he's carrying this armor, this equipment well, like he's trained to use it, or is it like a guy who just put a bunch of shit on to look badass? Is it tactical or tactical?
Yeah.
I'll go with that one. Tactical or tactical?
Tactical.
Okay.
There is a walkie-talkie or some kind of radio communication device as well.
Okay. And then as soon as he like goes and looks around, does he go start leaving?
Yeah, he looks around. You actually hear him. He's got a slight accent, actually. I'm terrible at accents. It's like it's a Slavic type accent, and he radios in, and the radio. I think I think Edwin would know. It's not military American, but it definitely feels like military communication.
So like mercenary or
Possibly like
contractor?
not actual black ops, but definitely some kind of a military training.
Okay.
Like obviously they're keeping comm chatter off, and there's no like other than communicating tactical stuff. There's no radio chatter at all.
Okay.
So you probably heard him as he was walking, investigating the stairwell. I don't know military communication, so bear with me on that one. But yeah, so he, all clear kind of thing.
Possible tango. And then he walks in, all clear. And then I don't know if that's right.
I don't know, but yeah.
It takes two to tango, and then.
Yeah.
That's when you drop down behind him and shank him.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, what is he, Bruce Willis?
Hey, mother lovers. So I think at that point he would just let him go back inside and know that he's there.
Yeah, you need an elevator for the UPKA. Come on now.
Oh yeah, and I have to walk in broken glass, and that's not.
Yeah, that whole thing.
So yeah, I would let him leave, and then wait for the others to kind of like come up and kind of meet them a little bit halfway and let them know.
Yeah.
So as they come up, be like, "There's one at the door right there. They are armed to the teeth, and they are trained."
That's going to be a problem.
So, let me get this straight. We have 6 militantly armed and trained kidnappers who are breaking into a bank. We have an antiques dealer with a pistol. We have for all intents and purposes, an ex-banker. Whatever the hell you are, Edwin, and an ex-cop. Shit.
I mean, to be fair, I do a lot of smuggling in foreign countries, so.
Don't forget the
Smuggle
bombs.
us inside.
How does that help you take?
Don't forget the bombs.
Actually, this Declan has like a whole bunch of stuff that would. He's got a tactical coordination, experience, gunslinger.
How does that help you take or return fire, Declan?
Yeah. He's got vest. Declan takes out his big gun. There's at least 6 of them. I think we could avoid. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't know that there's any way to avoid gunplay here.
He looks
like it says.
He looks over at your revolver and he goes, "You have 6," and he pulls out his and he says, "I have 9." 15 bullets. All right.
He pulls out his other ways, like 13 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting better.
I would have a shotgun with beanbag ammo, as well as a pistol with rubber bullets.
I have a deck of cards, some rope, and whatever else might be up my sleeves.
A rabbit?
Possibly. It's happened before.
Does your deck of cards have razors on the end that you can flick towards their throats or something?
Are you also Gambit, please?
I mean, throwing cards is a thing. You can throw a card at like 90, 95 miles an hour.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
True.
I think at this point, with kind of like in his head, he would know the layout of the bank and possibly where he knows there's one person at the door. And he's like, "Let me try something. All right. Luck's on our side." And then I want to roll Stop Holding Back. And I want to use my Dragon's Luck to make it so when we walk through, literally events keep happening where we don't get noticed. And we get into a better location where we can tactically and remain unnoticed. Like very much like when Domino in Deadpool 2 was like she jumped out or she fell out of the airplane and was parachuting and let go of the parachute and then fell into the car. Very much like, or like when she got blown up, she like landed in the pillow factory or whatever the hell it was. So, but do a stop holding back, where and I think it's going to be. I forgot the degrees of it, but it's going to be one of the bigger ones, probably mid range.
So it's a significant, no return, or an ultimate.
I'm going to say no return.
You sure?
Or maybe significant. Or is what do you think? What do you think it is? I'm either thinking like no return or significant, but if you think it's ultimate, I could see it too.
I don't think it's an ultimate.
Okay.
Want to make a suggestion?
Huh.
You literally have a subterfuge magician in your group who can distract people.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay, so if that's what you do, then I would withdraw my stop holding back, and be like, "What is your character's name?"
Daniel.
I'd be like, he would like sit at the door and be like, "Actually, maybe this is better for Daniel."
Yes. Perhaps I could distract him long enough for us to slip through the door and maybe move to a better position.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to go up to the door and kind of be ready to prop it open to where this guard is. And he is actually going to do, or attempt to do, the rabbit in the sleeve and pull out a rabbit with a bunch of like little bells on it and have it run through and across the room. And thus distract the guy and make him like chase after it or figure out what's going on. And I'm going to use Trick of Misdirection, distract from the real trick, and something up my sleeve for my power tags. And then I should have luck as well on that, a lucky charm.
Yeah.
So it's going to be +4. And would that be a change the game, or is that a sneak around, or what would that be?
It's a change the game.
Okay, here we go. Well, that's not what I need to be doing. Sorry, one sec. Okay. I know the power. The power is not right, but okay, 10. So great success.
What was the power? 5?
The power should be 4.
Okay, then it's gonna be -4. Or right, 7
-3.
-3.
Oh, it's -3.
Yeah. Well, because you rolled a
+7.
3. You rolled a natural 3 +4, not +7.
Okay, yeah, it added that weird. Okay.
Yeah. So
If you look on the sheet, you can always hit reset. Where it's taking action. If you reset it, it resets all your everything you click.
Okay, that helps.
yeah, so it's gonna be a
Mild
5,
success.
which is a failure.
It should be
7.
It was a 3 + 4, right? So it should be a 7.
Mild success.
Because it should be plus from.
Yeah, you're right. 7. Yep.
yeah.
Mild success.
Okay, mild success.
Okay. So on that, you're gonna get a 4 juice. You can create a story tag, burn a power tag, or a story tag, which in this case doesn't apply. Or you can give or reduce a status.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely give this guard distracted.
Okay.
And then can I use like some of the extra juice to like increase that how distracted he is, like increase the level of the tag?
To prolong it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would give him like a prolonged distracted tag.
Okay.
I would also suggest you can like upgrade the distracted to leave his post.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, so let's say leave his post, so he'll like chase the rabbit down the hallway.
Okay. Sounds good. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. We'll set it to a level 2, and you have 1 juice left.
Cool. I guess I'll bank that for now.
Okay. Sounds great. Okay. So you're gonna look for a better location. I'm guessing at this point you guys have kind of shuffled through quietly.
I'm shutting the door quietly.
Okay, let me describe where you guys are now. You are on the first floor of the bank. This is the primary floor for everything. There are others ahead, like above, usually offices in this case, given how large the bank is. However, because of the way that the bank is designed, you'll notice that in the like farther into the bank, there is almost like an atrium. So the second floor has a balcony that kind of surrounds the main central area that looks down into the middle of the bank. And that's just like in your assumption, kind of, and based on the blueprints, is like the outside walls are kind of lined with offices, but when they walk out to the hallway, it looks down into the bank. As far as the design and everything goes, it's very modern looking, but has like that kind of old feel with the marble flooring and the columns, very sleek design, but the original, this is a restored original building, not quite historical, but pretty close. So the building itself is old. It's been revamped essentially, new furniture and stuff like that.
Can I roll an investigate, or if someone else wants to roll an investigate? I just want to locate the hostages.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to do some good, common sense, and roll those two. I'll do that. Nine.
Okay. So you're going to investigate. Give me 2 questions.
Can I see the hostages from our current location?
No. They're not visible.
Can I hear the where the hostages are located? Can I hear like people whimpering or something like that?
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
you don't get any audio really, aside from like you can kind of hear them murmuring or humming essentially of electronics, like the ATM area, things like that are just super low key. They're not very loud. There's no like, you can't really hear the AC. It's relatively quiet. You can probably hear the guard running around looking for a rabbit that doesn't exist. But other than that,
Okay, I'd be like, I don't hear the hostages.
Yeah. They wouldn't. You would think they would keep him pretty close if they were expecting to have to leave in a hurry.
What are the chances we can get our hands on that guard again?
Probably pretty good, but we need to find a way to jump him before he can get to his radio.
Yeah. Take him out fast.
Lightning bolt.
No more lightning.
Edward, that isn't the answer to every question.
I mean, it's really cool.
It was really cool, I will give you that, but I don't think that you can summon a lightning bolt in the building.
I can try to. It's anything we have will make noise. Let me see. I have a tag called Bounty Hunter's Armory. Do you think in my armory I would have a tranq gun?
would you?
I think he would, but only have 1 bullet because he doesn't use it too often. And he would have it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of having the rubber bullets in the gun, I would only have the shotgun and the beanbag, with the beanbag shot, and then the 1-shot tranquilizer.
But how long does the tranquilizer last? Because we only have like 19 minutes.
Oh, we want to interrogate him?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. No, tranquilizer then is out of the question. But I'll say I'll have that to replace the rubber bullet guns.
Okay.
But I have these handcuffs.
Well, the big thing is, as Daniel said, is the radio. What are the chances it just doesn't work?
Probably not too good.
Like a lightning bolt.
I'm looking at my abilities.
If we can get our hands on him, I can interrogate him and find out where his friends are, why they're here, and where the hostages might be.
I mean, are you able to sneak up on him and subdue him that way? We can just take the radio from him.
I do want to say that he is very strong looking. As you see him, is it when he's running? When he ran away to the rabbit, did he look like he was like anything peculiar about him, or did he?
He doesn't seem exceptionally fast, but he's also
RoboCop.
carrying a ton of shit on him. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, between the his own body weight and being very muscular, he's not built to be a runner.
Yeah. Okay.
So, plus the heavy armor, weapons, generally limited mobility. I mean, he's got the cargo pants to give him ability to, like, maneuver, but he's carrying quite a bit of weight. He's probably carrying 50 pounds. Mike knows better how much if you're full.
About 60. If he has a rifle, about 60.
Yeah. So an extra 60 pounds on top of a 6-foot muscular man. So
We should be able to sneak up on him and subdue him. The 4 of us, right? If we're wanting to interrogate him.
You got handcuffs. We got the element of surprise.
Someone take the radio from him.
We got a card trick or two.
I could try to distract him somehow, perhaps.
Let's do it.
If you can get him back over here, perhaps right here, and he points back to like the hallway we just came through, like the tunnel we came through. It might muffle the sound. We might be able to stop from reaching that.
At this point, can I roll change the game for the rabbit to be hopping down?
It just luckily happens down.
Can I use my last juice to have the rabbit return?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you can do
okay.
that.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when we're ready, I can have the rabbit come back, and he'll come running back, chasing it.
Are we disguised by shadows still?
If we go back in the hallway, it never stops. Like right out here, we're kind of enveloped in light, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of light.
So we go back in the tunnel, it sort of flares up again.
If lightning knocked the power out.
Generators.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
It is a bank.
Yeah. I would roll. Then as soon as I see the rabbit, I was like, "Oh, sneak around." I would go get into a location where I think I can get the jump on him. I just like I'll go for the walkie-talkie, and then I will roll right place, right time. Luck is on my side, and
+2 for Shadow Cloak.
okay.
Are you guys doing this in the
In the hallway.
tunnel? Okay.
That's where
No.
Francis would suggest.
If you guys dip in the hallway, I think I would traverse the concrete jungle and get elevated up. And then if you guys would be like, when you hear the commotion start, come out the door.
Right.
And I feel like I have some other abilities on that I should. Yeah, there we go. Hello. There we go. So I got 3 for this.
Okay.
All right. Sneak around. Ooh.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not on the balcony, but like I like jump up and like I'm kind of like I want to say there's like a angle iron where he's kind of like propped himself up and is just like sitting in there a little bit, waiting for this guy to show up.
Yep. Sounds good.
So you're gonna wait till we jump this guy and then come in from behind. Is that what I'm?
Oh,
getting?
I was gonna jump down and get his radio, and then you guys jump in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Bro, while we're here, go ahead and increase your time bomb to 2.
Well,
And yeah, he will walk just about under you as the rabbit kind of stops just in the right place, and you describe.
So I fall down, and what's going on, and I'm kind of bracing for the impact. I'm not jumping on him because I saw where the radio was before.
Yep.
And what I'm doing is when I'm falling down and like landing, I'm trying. This might be change of game instead of sneak around. but or take a risk. Take a risk. This is take a risk, obviously. I'm gonna try to take the walkie's battery, and depending on how it is, because it might be one that slides out, it might be one that comes off the back. But if the battery's not in the walkie-talkie, then the walkie's not going to work. So that's his logic right now. But he's going to fall, and as he falls, he wants to just be able to like seamlessly get this this walkie. So I think luck is on my side. Right place, right time. Common sense for the battery location.
Yep.
Okay. To the ground as well,
Okay.
for landing and all that. So yeah, okay. So take a risk at a 4.
Okay. Good. Okie dokie. You succeed somehow. You, like quietly descend down, and just in one single motion, battery comes out. Are you allowing him to notice you, or do you want him not to notice you?
If he doesn't notice me, I'm gonna sit there for a second and watch him what he does with the rabbit, and then see if he makes any like communication as he like gets the rabbit, and then wait for me to get noticed.
Okay. I think at this point the prolonged effect from the leave his post with the rabbit is already expired. And what happens with the rabbit when it when that like effect is gone? Does it just kind of like disappear?
Yeah, so imagine like a cartoon or something. He goes down to kind of like grab it, like it stops. And right when he goes to grab it, it just like suddenly disappears, and he swings through air and nothing, and there's just no rabbit there.
Okay, yeah, that would be what Edwin sees. And then he's like, you know, kind of shakes his head like, did I just hallucinate? And then he says, man, I think I need some coffee. And then he goes back to grab his radio, and he tries to radio in, but the clicking thing doesn't go off.
Mm-hmm.
He like looks down, and then at that point he notices the battery is missing.
And then that's where the butt of the shotgun comes to his face.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, hit with all you've got.
Yeah.
I just see you like you drop down, you take the battery, they're just hanging out, and you're watching them.
Yeah.
You just bash him in the face
Let's see.
like a shotgun
I think-
ninja.
Edwin's a one-man army right now.
Right? Jeez.
I'm gonna invoke a weakness tag on my for the job card. Have to get his target, and this is his target. So Bounty's Hunter Armory I have on there, and luck is on my side, and right place, right time.
Okay.
And hit him with all I got. Oh shit!
no!
Yeah.
Well,
Oh boy.
you were bound to fail at some point, I guess.
Yeah. I've been rolling too good, and I was just like,
Luck was not on your
okay.
side.
This
Yeah.
is going to be fun. All right. So, as you go to like swing, he in the peripheral vision, he just like dodges out of the way and turns around, and you are going to now face danger. Please.
ooh, okay.
Physical attack.
Physical attack. So
Yep.
what I'm luck is on my side, right place, right time. Sense wrongdoing, and I'm gonna keep my weakness tag invoked. From have to get his target. And I'm also can I also invoke misjudged?
Yes.
Okay. I think I also want to invoke common sense of for fighting, or yeah, common sense. Can I do common sense? No, this is not really common knowledge. I think like fighting is not common knowledge.
No.
So I'll do what I have then. Invoke the 2 weaknesses.
Okay, and you're going to take another minus
Okay.
for impact. because he's right next to you. Like he is
Okay.
right there.
So
Not a
this,
lot of room to dodge.
this is gonna be a straight up roll. I'm just gonna get rid of my power tags.
Okay.
Face the danger. All right, guys.
Go, go, go.
Oh, mild.
Okay. Yeah, so what's going to happen is he makes a dodge, and in the same movement, he tries to go to elbow you, but
Yeah.
your shotgun is in the way and takes the brunt of the force and kind of pushes you a step backward as he drops the radio at this point because he knows it's been disabled, and he is like squaring up with you. He's like turned his body and is squaring up with you. And you guys hear
now.
you guys hear the hit of the shot, like his body against the shotgun and the scuffle of his boot as he kind of like the rubber against like a polished floor as it squeaks like around, and that's what you guys hear. And I'll let you guys.
I imagine this
basically
guy. I imagine this guy looks like he's like on his tiptoes and he's like fucking Guile. He looks like Guile right now, just all decked out. And I'm waiting for the fucking sonic boom kick or something.
He's got the big stupid hair too.
And he's like, all right.
I need combat music. Wait, what do we got? Like Rocky over here? What's happening?
Okay. Daniel's going to jump out of cover and is going to pull out one of his decks of cards and basically just squeeze the deck really hard and just blast 52 cards into this guy's face in an attempt to kind of knock him into confusion or, throw off his vision to help everyone else
Okay.
compete against this guy. So I'm going to use Trick of Misdirection and Distract from the real trick. And that would be a change the game on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Great success.
Okay. What are you trying to impose?
I'm going to impose Confused on him. And then I guess I'm going to pocket the second juice for now. So I'm going to give him a Confused tag.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow him out. And so I see him like spray the cards while he's engaged with Edwin, and I try to position myself in a way that I'm just gonna kick him in the side of the knee to bring this guy down as quickly as possible. I'm gonna use Tougher Than Ever and Dirty Fighting to give him some hit him with all you got if I can.
Okay.
Oh, and Lucky, right? Because
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's still
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's still a thing. He hasn't got killed yet. And with all
Not
you
yet.
got. Oh, fuck me. Thank God for that Lucky.
Yeah. Okay. So, you can only choose one of the following.
Yep.
You can hold his attention. You can get them good with a +1 tier.
Yep.
Or you can gain the upper hand and take a juice to use.
I am going to kick him in the side of the knee, and I'm going to take Get Him Good with a status tear 1 of slowed.
Okay. Just as a reminder, if you do not take cover or secure a position, if he chooses to retaliate against you, you're going to have to take a face danger, just
Yep.
as a heads up. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you go. You can kind of almost hear the sound of the knee kind of getting dislocated as he takes, like, as part of his body kind of collapses towards the ground. He braces himself with his arm. And obviously you cannot see his expression, but he kind of groans a little bit to the impact. And I will allow you guys to take one more action before he retaliates.
So he's on the ground right now.
Yep. Well, half on the ground. He's like prone, basically.
Does he have anything like on his face?
Yeah, the ski mask.
Okay, but I can see like his eyes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is kind of where we wanted him, right? So I can.
I can handcuff him.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So what I want to do is probably go toe to toe.
Yes.
Bounty Hunter's Armory. To the ground, because I'm taking him to the ground, and kind of using my parkour muscles to do it.
That's both your other muscles.
Luck is on my side, and roll those.
And you can get a +1 for him being slowed.
Okay. All right. Slowed. So this is go toe to toe. 10.
Okay. So you can choose 2 of the following.
Mhm.
You can achieve your goal. You can get them good by imposing a status with a tier equal to power. Or you can block, dodge, or counter their best attempt because he's going to try to not be handcuffed. So,
So if I block that, or
Yeah.
if I achieve my goal with to handcuff him to the ground, would he still be able to counter that?
yes. So if you don't choose to
Okay.
counter him, he can still.
Okay.
I mean, he's
I
still
choose-
got his strength. He
Yeah,
might
I
not
s-
be able to get unhandcuffed, but he could try to pin you down to the ground by falling onto you. I mean, there's
Okay.
a variety of things.
I would block his attempt.
Okay.
To get him subdued.
Okay. Sounds
Because
good.
this is not my first rodeo. So I would have him like on the ground, his head fucking to the to everything, as he would like try to maneuver his way, like get up and use his strength, and I would like kick out his knee from under him as he's like trying to get back up to make him like fall lopsided and back to the ground and like hold him there and like stiff arm.
Okay.
And then have my other leg on the back of his knees.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sure. Yeah, you guys got that. He is now subdued. I'm gonna just replace the previous 2 statuses with subdued of 2. And you guys can question him if you'd like, or whatever you plan on doing.
Yeah, I think while he's on the ground, Francis comes over and he pulls down the mask. And I think Edwin, since he's the closest one, kind of holding him down, you see his like face kind of contort into like just utter rage, but you being the closest kind of see like a skull face appear on his as he looks into the face of this guy. And I'm going to convince him to spill his guts. I'm going to use give someone the fright, paralyzed with fear, and interrogation.
Okay.
To give him the fright. Oh, and I guess lucky as well.
Okay.
Convince. Whew, that was close. Great success.
Yep. Okay. So you can change their agenda to include yours for the time being.
Yeah, so my goal was basically tell me everything. Spill your guts. Right?
Okay.
It's like why are you here? Where are the hostages? What the hell is this going on? How many are you? Basically, I just want him to be that one scene in the Goonies. Tell me everything.
Okay. Why don't you give me a start to your questions?
Sure. Yeah, he kind of holds him down, and like I said, he pulls the mask down. And he says, "What are you doing here? Where is everyone? Why did my voice just become Batman?"
I'm Batman.
I just don't know where that came from. I got into Batman mode, guys. I apologize.
Oh.
Where are the other drugs going?
Okay, what is your actual first question?
That is the first question. Is why are you? What are you here for? And where are the hostages?
Okay. His response. I'm here because this is my job, but they're here to take out the building.
Are there any hostages?
Yeah. Everybody that was in the bank when we got here.
Where are they?
They're in a secure location. Listen, man, I don't want to die, okay? So if I tell you everything, then they're gonna kill me, and then they don't really kill people quickly, to say the very least.
If you tell me everything, I'll deliver you into the hands of the cops, and they'll keep you alive.
I mean, that's not really a great option either. I feel like I'm kind of...
That's true. Option 3 is I kill you.
Yeah. It's true. It could, but if you killed me right now, I think it'd be pretty obvious that I was dead, and then they would send the rest of the people. Be this whole issue. But, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to get to the hostages is kind of what I'm trying to get at.
What can you tell me?
That everybody here is going to die.
Is there a reason? Just utter chaos, or...
It's necessary. I don't really know the details. I'm kind of not privy to that information, above my pay grade kind of deal. But we have about, I calculated correctly, about 14 minutes left. And then, boom.
And you all die with the explosion.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. What does that mean?
Let's just say we have our own escape route.
I feel like you don't really grasp the threat of death that's just constantly in front of you right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a thing, I've been trained for a long time. I've been ready to die. But, I guess if you really want to go for it, it's your own death warrant at that point. But you can go down to where the vault is, and you'll find the rest of the group. Well, most of them. There's probably patrols in different areas at this point. And take your chances, I guess. But I mean, I can't really do much about that. If I alert them, they'll know something's up. I could give you an all clear, and you could try to sneak your way in. But I don't think discretion, by the time you get there, is going to work.
He looks up. He looks up to everyone else and says, "You guys have anything for this guy? This hasn't been the most helpful."
Did you arm the bomb?
No, I don't do explosives.
Oh. What was the other escape route?
That's a very complicated answer.
I'm gonna
I
roll.
don't grasp.
I'm gonna roll a convince. I'm gonna
You don't have to roll convince. He's telling you as much
Oh,
as
okay.
he can. He doesn't understand. He just knows that their capabilities of some of them allow them to leave unharmed, so to speak.
Like they're invulnerable.
No, like 1 minute we're here and the next we're not.
Teleportation.
Man, I don't know. I'm just getting paid. Okay.
We have a sleeper.
What is this? The Matrix? What does that mean?
Yes.
Above your pay grade.
Right.
Well,
So
why do they need this building blown up?
oh no. I guess it's just one of those gotta get to the bottom or wherever. Maybe there's something in the center of the building. I don't know. Maybe they just want to fuck with people. I don't ask those kinds of questions.
Guys, I hate to be pushy, but we probably are running low on time.
Something in the vault they want. They're willing to take a lot of us out to get it. Cover their tracks.
Or maybe something in the vault they want to get rid of.
Who knows? Maybe they just... Yeah.
Um,
Well, I don't know. Leave this guy for the cops or kill him.
Well, I say, should we get the all clear and try to sneak in?
And what if he yells into his radio that it's not all clear?
I wouldn't give him a chance to get that radio.
No, I say we
Where-
leave him the way he is and knock him unconscious.
How long until... Where are your friends currently located? I would love to know that.
As I said, most of them are probably keeping an eye on the vault and the hostages. The rest are on patrol. It's kind of a big building.
Routes.
Don't have them.
How do we get to the vault from here?
We just go to the back of the bank, go to the secure gates. Pretty straightforward. You can see the vault entrance. Well, not the vault itself, but you can see the entrance to the vault when you walk into the bank, back behind the tellers and stuff. So, I mean, you guys could go there. I'd like to see if any one of you comes back alive. That'd be interesting.
We might get lucky.
Maybe. Maybe.
I wonder what the reality of the situation is.
I feel like you made this
I don't
character
know.
just for puns.
Maybe I'm bluffing. Nobody there at all. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, good night.
Good night, Mr. Bob.
Well done. He looks to Daniel. Francis looks to Daniel, and he kind of pulls out the pistol out of the guy's leg holster and says, "You know how to use this? It's usually more effective than cards."
Sometimes, and he'll reach out and he'll take it and kind of slip it kind of into his belt on his back.
And then he pulls I assume the guy's a rifle, right? He pulls the rifle off of him.
Yeah, the AK.
Yeah. He pulls that off as well.
So what I would do as they like disarm him and all that kind of stuff, I would take the walkie-talkie and give it to one, put the battery back in it so we can listen, and give it to one of you guys. Hold on, and then he like props him up and then carries him downstairs. Back to probably I kind of want to invoke right place, right time again, where the bomb squad people are coming through, and he has the guy and he's gonna put them down in front of him. He's like, the bomb is that way. You have about maybe 13 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna say you didn't. If you really want to time it for that, you can, or you can just leave him in the path.
I can leave him in the path.
If you really want to stick around to like wait for them or whatever.
I just kind of want to do like a start. I can roll for it too, and just roll right like do a change the game and roll one power tag, right place, right time.
Okay.
Just to see if they're already like coming through or already passed, and like I'm able to communicate to them really quick.
Okay.
No, they're not there.
Okay. You're gonna
Okay.
leave him, just leave him there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave him there and have like a pen and paper and says that goes like get to bomb times ticking, and then get back
No
up. I
way.
want to be like 30 minutes left, and then like they get there like 5 minutes from now.
Okay.
So they might have already been passed, or they might have not been through yet. So
Okay.
at this point, I would go back up and I would text the police chief and be like, "Bomb squad?" ?
On their way.
13 minutes. Click.
Roger.
Did you just click your text message?
Click.
Click. Aggressively sent.
And then he would get back up and he's like, I told them they're on a time constraint here.
Okay. All right. So let's fast forward to you guys moving towards the vault at this point. You get to where the teller desks are. There's like a metal, we're talking like old school iron gate that it locks usually, that enters into, but you can see it because it's just, just grating basically. And you can see in the distance the hallway with like the vault is just barely visible from there. You can see there's at least 3 or 4 people back there that appear to be heavily armed as well. At your process of getting to that area, you didn't see any of the patrols, but there could be more people upstairs, which you guys haven't gone to. And you currently do not see the hostages, but you can actually now hear the individuals talking amongst each other that are farther in.
And I want to make sure that the walkie-talkie is on a low volume, so if it goes off, someone's not like, "Whoa!" Like,
Like an elderly man.
yeah, so, "Whoa! Oh, we're robbing this bank!"
Elderly criminal shouts at clouds.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we need to go in fast, right? Like, we can't give them all the time to start killing hostages. Right.
Is
What if we stopped 4 armed men at the same time?
there any of them elevated? by chance?
Elevated how?
Like they're on like a platform or have a higher ground?
No. But the ceilings are very high here. Remember atrium and all that, so.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So at this point, I think there's 4 of us. Oh, this is going to go terribly. Does anyone have a way to protect the hostages in this situation?
Not particularly.
No. Is there a way we can lure the 4 of them away from the hostages?
Could draw them out through fire, but they might just start killing. To be perfectly frank, my priority here is what's in the vault, less the hostages.
Yeah, you know they always say the best offense is the best defense is a good offense.
Yes, but I want to minimize any deaths.
Right, so aim for the head.
No, don't kill even the bad ones.
No.
He looks at his 2 guns with just bullets in them.
What do you want me to do with these?
I don't understand the statement you made.
Edwin, we've been over this before.
I get where you're coming from, but they are pointing guns at innocent people.
They are, I understand, but maybe let's. Is there a way you can shroud those people and get them out while we draw their fire?
Possibly. The shroud doesn't make them bulletproof, though.
But if you can shroud them and expedite the freedom.
Expediting freedom is not a bad choice. I can see what I can do. You have to draw a lot of fire, though.
He gets a pen and paper and starts drawing fire.
Fucking shit.
I think we'll need to cause a good distraction. And I think it's going to take more than Daniel's. Maybe all 3 of us can make a collaborative distraction to get Francis over to the hostages and get them out of here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, what do you think we can do? I can get the timing right.
I'll be honest with you, Edwin. I was planning on going in there and shooting as many of them as fast as I could.
I was
You can shoot them.
also going to
You
do
can
that.
shoot them after the hostages start moving.
Well, then we can scream and draw them out that way. Or
I could pretend to be a very confused bank customer who walked into the back door.
there's that as well. Someone they missed in a sweep.
Yes, they'll come running to apprehend me. At least some of them, maybe 2 would come.
Man, I feel like that's not entirely far off from the truth anyway.
Let's go a little bit more grander. Let's try to think something with. If we're gonna do something epic, we should do something epic. Are we?
With 3 men, come into the bank to open up an account. Go to a big long
One giant epic account.
Yeah.
Let's like epic accounts.
Yeah.
Are
More
Have you ever-
Gemini.
have you ever put 3 people into a dream before, Declan?
I've joined others in their own dreams, but never brought anyone with me.
Declan, the thing you did with the phone. How far does that extend?
Difficult to say. It's more that sometimes things happen before I know what caused them. Like, for instance, they could have perhaps forgotten to load their guns, or didn't charge their radios the night before, something like that.
What
But
about
instead
a
it's,
magician's illusion being less than an illusion?
see if we can, see if we can draw it out and make it real.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of illusion did you have in mind?
That's up to Edwin. Something, as he said, epic.
Can I roll? This is what I want to roll. I want to roll common sense. Luck is on my side. And sense wrongdoing. I'm seeing if there's anything else. And can I do lay of the land as well?
What are you rolling?
What I'm gonna roll is change the game. And what I'm gonna go with is that I want to come up with looking at these people over and talking about like teleportation and all that kind of stuff. What would be the best thing to all grab their attention and cause this distraction? What would be the best object? And kind of reading them and getting an idea and going off what Mr. Bob said earlier about what is going on, and maybe causing and with also the reality of Declan, where he's talking about like they didn't get enough coffee, they're tired, causing delirium, or even they forgot to load their guns, or something similar to that fashion, and the illusion, and what would be the best illusion for them to see, as I said before.
Okay.
So that's why, and that's the sense wrongdoing. I'm kind of getting a gist of what the leader might be, because the leader would be the strongest sense I have, and trying to use my luck to best describe that, and then a lay of the land to get a read on them in a common sense, because well, actually not common sense. I'm going to take that one off. Because it's not common knowledge. But lay of the land is I get a read on them.
Okay.
Okay. Change the game. Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
That's a crit.
Damn.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you want to know what exactly you guys need to do to distract them.
Yeah.
Right.
To get them distracted and to get the hostages out of there. The best strategy kind of for that. Or get Francis to the hostages. Not so much him getting the hostages out is going to be his ordeal, but more getting him to the hostages unnoticed with a distraction of epic proportions using our abilities.
So it's raining outside still, right? Like, and this is an old-fashioned sort of building, but it's also maybe it has like one of those skylight kind of things. So maybe something can like crash in through it.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts hailing.
Well, you guys, this is an illusion versus an actual imposed effect, right?
I think we're trying to make an illusion real. Like the three is like Edwin and Daniel and Declan sort of sitting trying to master their the powers that they have. If the more I don't know, the closer it corresponds with reality, the easier it is to bend. If something that could come through. I don't know. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's what Declan sends out.
What if you made a giant rabbit?
Damn, goddamn rabbits. There is a level of disbelief. I don't know if that would give you much benefit. Okay. So I have a proposed idea.
Okay.
Burke is they think that they've disabled all of the alarms. So they're hunkered down in an area, comfortable where they are, not worried about breaches or anything else. So potentially you could cast the illusion that the alarms go off and that will force at least one of them, if not more, to peel off to go turn it off because they can't do it where they are now. That's one thing you could do. If you're trying to make a obvious somebody else is here, then we can do something more dramatic. It's up to you guys how you want to handle that. There's going to be a fine line between a successful distraction of like more subterfuge, so to speak, versus a violent or obvious distraction. It depends on which method you want to go with, I think.
I get the impression we were going for like a big obvious thing to get them all to sort of pay attention to us and let Francis slip by them. That was my impression. That's why I was suggesting like break a skylight or something to cause a big noise. Maybe they'd all come investigate or something. Not like nothing that would make them start shooting hostages immediately, but would make them come investigate as a group.
Right.
Yes,
I will tell you this. They're not all going to leave the hostages. That's not going to happen.
Gotcha. As many of them as possible then.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I understand. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Even if an illusion of Mr. Bob shows up and is like,
Correct. They're militarily trained. It's not protocol for them to all leave.
To be fair, I'm still on team violence.
Yeah. I plan on shooting them when they come out here.
What if I pretended to be their employer? You know, it's possible they've never seen him before.
That's a risk.
That's a super risk.
That's a super risk.
Yeah.
A super risk?
But wait, if we take the information that we got from Mr. Bob, he doesn't know who hired him. He was just paid to do this job, and then someone's going to get him out of here. But I think making the alarm sound, and then
You could like ambush them when they come out for that, at least.
Mhm.
Something along those lines could work.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, let's do that and see. We have to take them out as fast as possible. Then, are we ready?
I suppose.
Ready?
It is we're gonna be.
Wait. Can you make it look like, or can we have the reality, have the alarms go off, and then a mass illusion to make it look like the hostages have teleported?
I haven't done an illusion that size before. That's going to be difficult.
I think it's our best bet if we want to. And that way we have Francis and Declan and myself to fight, and maybe you can help get them out.
I can try. I can get to the door, see if I can perform an illusion to make it appear as though the room is empty.
Plan.
Okay, so the plan is for Declan, Edwin, and Francis to sort of like ambush them while Daniel.
As the alarm goes off, and then he makes them all go invisible.
Sweet.
Probably
Yeah,
at the same.
Which I will have to run to the door to do, but
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So what we need to do is have Daniel roll. Now I'm debating here. Might tell you to do a stop holding back. Seems like disappearing 12 hostages is a pretty significant effect. But you can argue against it if you think that there's an alternative move here.
yeah, I would I could go for that.
Okay.
All right. You can't. There's no luck with that one though.
Yeah, and it is going to be
It's just a straight roll.
Just a straight roll.
Plus
Plus
the
your-
logos. So 3.
Yeah.
you said plus what?
Plus 3 because you have 3 logos.
Okay.
The way that stop holding back works is that you do a straight roll no power tags. It's just however many logos you have. So it gets harder and harder to control your abilities the more mythos you have taking over.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll go for it. Why not?
Okay.
Here we are, adventure.
Let's do I think this is probably not an ultimate, but it's probably a no return, unless you guys think that there's it's a significant, which is the lowest here.
I think it would depend on if I'm just making it appear as though the room is empty, even though they're in there, versus actually disappearing them to somewhere else.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on how you want to play that then.
I would probably just try to disappear them. They wouldn't actually move anywhere; they're still there, but the room would appear invisible to everyone looking at it.
Or empty, you mean?
Yeah, or appear empty. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just do significant then.
Yeah, so I'd say significant. Okay, so how do you roll?
You don't have anything checked,
Judy,
and then in the cinematic moves.
Oh, here it is, cinematic moves. Okay, here we go with +3.
Stop holding back.
Oh.
That's a great success.
Good.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn.
All right, so on a significant, you're just gonna mark a fade or crack on one theme, so you don't have to worry about the rest of it, which in this case doesn't really matter too much. It has to be on one of the logos.
Okay, on the logos, you said?
Yeah. A fade or crack. On this case, it would be
Crack.
a crack.
Got it. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Great. So describe to me and the rest of the group what exactly happens, what it looks like, and all the effects.
Okay, so as they move off and cinematically begin the distraction that they're about to go through, Daniel breaks off the opposite direction from the group and starts sprinting towards the door where the hostages are. And he slips through the door before they can grab him and rips out from behind him. He pulls out this blanket that he carries with him and unfolds it and holds it up over the door to where they can't see through the door for just an instant. And then he says a big magic word, Alakazam, and he drops the blanket and it falls. And him and everyone in the room are suddenly not visible to the eye. The room appears to be completely empty.
Okay. All right. So we're going to say that 3 out of the 4 of the guys peel off. 1 stays by the vault. Obviously, like, he's got his gun up because he notices there's a bunch of shit happening. Alarms are going off. The 3 run by. And in the process, as they're running by, they're like, the hostages are gone. And everybody's kind of going off on radios, like, what the hell? What happened, who moved the hostages, etc., as they kind of pile out of that hallway and out into the main atrium of the bank. Running past you guys, one splits off to go towards the security alarm, which is behind one of the teller's desks. Obviously under lock and key kind of deal, so they have to like enter passwords and stuff, but they've already cracked it, so that's what one of them goes off to do. He slung his gun kind of downward, so he doesn't have it armed and ready, but the other 2 come out with their guns kind of drawn. And yeah, we're back in combat, I think. So what we can do is we'll come back to Daniel in a minute, but between Declan, Ghost, and Edwin, you have 2 individuals plus the 1 off to the side that's immediately visible to you. What are your actions?
I think what I would try to do is make a safe passage for the hostages to out the front door. And like try to clear a way for them. And whether is there like glass in front doors like sometimes you see in the bank?
Yep.
Can I take the guy who is? I'm probably one of the 2 that came in. What I'll do is they probably lock the front doors. I would take him, grab him, and start charging with him as like one of his steps. Like he just like has the momentum of going forward, and I start pushing that momentum to the door and throwing him through the glass.
Okay.
and trying to get enough momentum to do it because I'm not super strong. I'm normal strong.
Okay.
And to get that open for the hostages to start running out of.
Okay. So I'll give you a surprise on them because they're not expecting it, like an ambush essentially, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you that at a +1. His size is going to be a factor for you.
Okay.
You're not very large, right?
No.
Okay. So surprise and size essentially cancel each other out. And you're going to go, I think, are you hitting with all you've got or are you going toe to toe?
Hitting with all I got.
Okay.
I'm trying to use his momentum against him. And
Okay.
Through the fucking front door. So right place, right time.
Yep.
Luck is on my side. To do some good.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of argue for this one to the ground because I'm throwing him to the ground outside through a door.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and that's hit him with all I got. 9.
Okay. You can choose one of the following.
Mm-hmm.
You can get him good at a tier 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can take cover or secure superior position, which means they can't impose a status on you. You can try to control the collateral damage. You can hold their attention or gain the upper hand to take 1 juice.
I want to take advantage and get the juice.
Okay.
And turn that to a story tag of opening through the door.
Okay, you're not going to get him through the door.
Oh, I'm not. Okay.
No, this is a mild success. You can't do both getting him through the door.
Cracked glass then.
Okay.
Okay. And have it like that where I have him like up against like the door and trying to get that going.
Okay. Sounds good. In that case, Jim, go ahead and you can take action.
All right. So there's still one running to deactivate the alarm, right? I think Declan will pop out of the cover that he was hiding behind, and he would prefer to just wound and like shoot him in the knee or something. He's not. He feels a little guilty that that Edwin brought non-lethal rounds and everybody else had lethal. So he's like, ugh, and just Edwin, and just and he's gonna go and he's going for a knee, and I've got a good shot. I don't know if like tactical coordination, I don't know, he's not really coordinating with anyone else, but a good shot, mysterious reality bending to just like make the bullets go where I want them, and then subconscious reaction speed are my power tags.
Okay. You're gonna get a 1 to surprise, but then it's gonna cancel out because he's armored. So
okay, and then I will also use my 1 from Lindy that got there. So all right, and this is hit it with all that I've got.
Yeah.
There we go. Ooh, 13.
Nice. Okay, cool. Choose 2. You can also give yourself a secure position. So if he chooses to retaliate, you'll get a bonus there. That means they can't impose a status on you, essentially. Like, he can counterattack. Or he can, but it won't affect you, essentially. You can get him good. You can control collateral damage. So if you're trying not to lethally injure him, that might be something to take. You can hold his attention, or you can gain an upper hand to take 1 juice, but you'd still be vulnerable to a counterattack.
I do want to hold my position, the one that that'll keep me sort of secure, and then I want to, Declan is attempting to not deal a lethal injury. If he does, that's just the breaks. So he's going to. What was the third option? Was like stop him in his tracks.
You can hold his attention.
The one before that.
Get them good.
get them good. That's
Yeah.
the one. So hold
So
on.
how much do you want? How much power do you want to pump into that?
Ooh, let's go all in.
Okay.
So
This is Declan's big gun.
if they're like at -6, they're dead. 4 is like, it depends on how it tears up. Like 1 is bruised, 2 is like,
Yeah.
and etc. And I think 5 is unconscious.
Yes. 5 is subdued.
Okay. Yeah, if I can leave him subdued, that would be great.
Okay. That will be all your juice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just pops out and then back in.
Yeah, he gets knocked to the ground, essentially, hits his head in the process, obviously, since you're not killing him. But yeah, he's unconscious at this point. And so from that, the second dude is still out there. Mike, if you want to do anything there.
No, these
Kind
guys
of
are providing
beautiful.
a distraction. He's gonna take advantage of the distraction. And I'm going to sneak away to try to get to the hostages, because Edwin doesn't want me killing anyone. So I'm gonna sneak away, and I'm gonna use let's see here, shadow play, envelop in darkness, and deadened sounds to try to slip out past these guys.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, and I guess luck, because I'm still technically near. Does that work?
I mean, I'm in your presence.
Yeah.
Like, we're in the same scene. I think that's how it relates. So if you were like in the other room, I think that'd be a different scene going on.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sneak around. Great success.
Fantastic.
Cool.
You are not. Senpai doesn't notice you.
Perfect. Sorry. On this occasion, that's what I want. Yeah. So basically, I sneak around past these guys while they're looking for whoever the shooter people are, and the guy getting through the window. And I'm going to slip past the one guard who's in the vault or just outside the vault.
Yeah, he's outside the vault.
To try to get into the vault. And that's the
vault is not yet open.
Oh, so he's just standing outside of a closed vault.
Yeah, they've been trying to crack the vault. That's why they've taken this time.
Where are the people?
The people are in the room to the right. There's like a gated entry to this security deposit boxes.
Yep.
That is currently unlocked. And inside you see that there's nobody in there because
but there's no guards either. Just this one guard outside the vault is the only guy I could get past.
Because the other guys, as they were running by, were like, the hostages aren't there anymore. Go find the fucking hostages, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to get rid of this guard. He's very much in my way of freedom. Or the hostages' freedom.
Yeah.
I don't have rubber bullets.
Yeah.
I have regular bullets.
That's probably good, considering who this person is.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm snuck up behind him, I'm just gonna shoot him right in the head.
He's facing towards the walkway, so you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna. It's too close quarters for you to sneak up behind him.
Okay, cool. Then if I'm sneaking, I'm still gonna shoot him in the head. I'm gonna use Mr. Bob's AK-47 and just shoot him once because I gave the pistol to Daniel and hope that he knew how to use it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. This guy's gonna go. He's gonna go down. The rest of him's got armor on. His head doesn't have armor, so.
Okay.
He's gotta be quick and clean. Unfortunately, I don't have all the bullet physics that Declan has, so I'm gonna use. Wait a minute here. My power tag is shoot first. So that's the one. That's the one I got.
Add a -1 because he is armored.
Perfect.
Even if you're going for the head.
Does being stealth help me at all?
No.
Cool. So I'm just going to straight roll here. Hit him with all you got. Pow! Fuck yes! How's that for dice gods?
There you go.
0 power. Does nothing.
I mean, you're not gonna kill him.
Yeah.
You'll get 1. You just get automatic 1 because
Yeah.
everybody, no matter what you do, you always get 1.
Yep.
On a hit. So you can give him a 1 tier status.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot kill him in this particular case.
Sure.
But let's see, what can we give him that makes sense to this? I kind of want to be grazed or something like that.
Yeah.
you got really close, but at the last second, kind of like your shoulder kind of slightly moved, and it went past, like let's say like it kind of like grazed the side of his head like this.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I dig it.
Okay. Let me do that. Erased. Put it to 1. All right, now he is alerted to your presence. So I would like for you, I'm going to do it in this order just because we're here in this scene. Please face danger for me. This is a physical attack.
Dirty fighting, streetwise, and bulletproof vest?
Yep.
Dope. Face danger. 13.
Good. So what happens
Say
is
that.
what happens is he noticed that he gets the graze, and he doesn't even lift his arm to like check what happens. He just immediately, because he had his weapon ready, he immediately pulls the trigger, and it goes off. It's an automatic, so it kind of goes across, and he sprays towards where it is, because he doesn't initially notice that you're right there. But then he turns around, and you notice a knife kind of come up with his other hand as he drops his rifle, because he's finally realized you're like close quarters. And you kind of just dodge out of the way as it like makes its way just barely past your throat. And we will pause there for a second. Let's swing back over to the one guy that wasn't subdued by either of Declan or Edwin, who has now heard the gunfire, seen Edwin push one of them across the way into the door, cracking the glass, and the other one he hears kind of collapse to the ground as his weapon starts to fall down, and it hits the marble flooring. At this point, that one guy, he turns towards, let's pick which one we're gonna. Okay, Declan it is.
Sweet.
He turns to you, and immediately I want you to face danger, because he's going to shoot his assault rifle at you.
All right, so I think here are the power tags I think might apply. Well, I've got my body armor, subconscious reaction speed, and then I've got rugged from been around the block. So I think those.
Oh, and everybody increase your time bomb by to 3. I forgot to do that.
Lucky.
And lucky.
Yep.
All right. Click, click, and then extra 1.
Lucky charm.
And face danger. Great success, 12.
All right, cool. So on this case, you will take no statuses, which is good. He basically blasts off a series of rounds towards you. You kind of like duck behind the teller's desk as the bullets just go straight across. You can see it hitting the wall as it goes into it. Definitely at your head height of where it was before. As you kind of duck down. Now, McLokin, Edwin, please face danger for me. This guy's pretty pissed at you right now.
Okay. Luck on my side, right place, right time. Sense wrongdoing towards me. I think that's it. Yeah, hold on.
And at a -1.
Okay.
Size. Because you are in melee with him.
All right. So 2 face danger. 7.
Okay. So you will take a status, but it's going to be a -1
Okay.
tier. So go ahead and take a bruised 1 as he takes his knee and like goes up into your stomach to shove you off of him. And you are no longer grappled with him because of the sheer force of it. But he's still up against the wall. He was only able to move his lower body.
Okay.
And so at this point, we're going to swing over to Daniel, who is in the room with all the hostages. They are looking at you like, what the hell is going on? All of them are tied. Their hands and legs are bound to prevent them from moving. They are not like their mouths or eyes aren't shut or anything like that. There's no like bags over their head or whatever. But they're sitting along the edges of where the security boxes are, up against the walls.
Okay. Yeah, Daniel is going to kind of motion him to be quiet and kind of get them to hush and be like, I'm here to help. And he's going to run up and try to untie the first hostage.
Okay.
And then get him to start untying the rest of the hostages while he draws the pistol. And it's basically just going to train the pistol on the door for if anyone comes running in here, because if he slips out of that door to go try to help, he's going to break the illusion.
Right.
So he's just going to basically train this gun on the door while the hostages are all getting untied.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. If you want, we can just kind of like hold steady on that, unless you want to do anything specific.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know, but I'll probably hold steady on that.
Okay, sounds good. So with that said, okay, Francis, you are like within melee combat range of this dude. He's just tried to get you with his knife, at which point he has done the annoying Hollywood bullshit of dropping the knife as he grabs it with the other hand to bring his other weapon up over the top, unnecessary.
Lame.
Yeah. And he's going to, you guys are going to go toe to toe. I would like for you to do your role to basically respond to him in some way.
Sure. I'm gonna say that I have one of the knives off of Mr. Bob.
Okay.
Does that work? Because he had knives on him, I think you said.
Are we doing a knife fight?
We're doing a knife fight. I mean, I'm not gonna. You can't do a pistol fight at close range. You know, you get disadvantage. I'm gonna do. You know what? I think with his free hand, he pulls down the mask, as well. I think so. Instead of actually stabbing this guy, I'm going to play slightly defensively, and I'm going to give someone the fright and induce hesitation in this guy to try to stop him from like full on hitting me with this thing.
Okay.
Does that work?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Is it go toe to toe?
Yeah.
Cool. So that'd be 2 power tags. Ka-chow! 13.
Okay.
Suck it, Mr. Bob.
So
You rolled like a boss today.
Just now. Don't jinx it though. I'm gonna roll a 1 any second now.
you can choose 2 things. You can manage to achieve your goal. You can get them good, giving them the status with the tier equal to power. And or you can block, dodge, or counter at their best attempts. If you choose this, if you don't choose it, I can impose a status on you.
Cool. So I'm gonna block. Right. So I have my knife and I kind of block his knife. That's 1. And the status is caught off guard, maybe.
Okay.
Or hesitant, right? Because that was the move. Induce hesitation.
Yeah.
And then I think I would follow up with an attack.
Okay.
Which would be dirty fighting, streetwise, and I think that's it.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 for hesitant.
Dope. +1, and hit him with all I got. Kapow! 14. Get wrecked, random guy.
Choose 2. You can continue to give yourself a secure position so that when he tries to counter, you don't get a status imposed. Or you can get him good. Control the collateral, hold the attention, or gain the upper hand by taking 1 juice.
I'm going to maintain the position so that he can't attack me, and then I'm going to use the other 2 juice to get him good with 2. So it bumps his status 1 to status 2.
Yeah, I'm just going to put him to hurt 3.
Nice.
So that gets rid of grazed and just is replaced by hurt 3.
Yeah, I imagine I'm low because I was crouching, and then he goes to stab me, and I kind of thrust him back, and I stab him in the leg, like a thigh, so he kind of stumbles back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's move over to Declan.
All right. So Declan was behind the teller counter, using those built-in safes for cover to help stop the bullets. And he's got someone firing at him. He's gonna move positions just a little bit and see if there's not another place he can pop out and get a shot off at this guy. So it's kind of the same thing as last time. I'm going to good shot. and then my oh come on card, tactical or serious reality bending and subconscious speed.
Okay.
And here we go. And I'm doing another hit it with all.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ooh, 8.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Still a hit. You can choose to get him good with a tier. You can take cover and continue to, your secure position. Alternatively, if you don't, then he can shoot back at you. Collateral damage control. You can hold their attention or gain the upper hand by taking a juice.
I can do one of those.
Yes.
Declan is living on the edge, and he's going to get him good and leave himself exposed.
Okay. Okay, so we'll give him a tier 2 status of hurt because he's got armor on.
Right.
So we'll do a hurt 2, and he's going to go ahead and shoot back at you.
All right.
Go ahead and face danger.
I will face danger.
Face danger.
Rugged. Subconscious reaction speed and body armor. Some kind of body armor on. He's human after all. All right, that's my guy. Face danger. 13. Great success.
Good job. All right, fantastic. You take no statuses. As a bullets, they're going to actually hit you, but you have the combat vest on. So it just goes and you get the initial knockback from one of the bullets that actually hits you, but you don't take any damage. And so with that said, we're going to swing back over to Edwin, who has just gotten kicked, kneed in the gut. And this guy is, he's going to come back at you. So what do you want to do?
So what, he would, as he gets kneed, he would fall back a little bit and fall to his knees. But at this point, his feet were just in the right position for him to do a lunge, and he's going to lunge at the guy and spear him through the door. So I want to do hit him with all I got. Luck is on my side. Right place, right time. To the ground. Transportation. No. I want to do that, and then I want to use. Can I invoke Cracked as well to get him through, because it's already cracked, and getting through the breaking it completely?
It's gonna get canceled out by his. Actually, it might actually work to your benefit. Yeah, go ahead. You can do it.
Okay. So I'll just do this. And then hit him with all I got, and do the Goldberg spear right through the door.
Are you going to try to not fall through with him?
Oh no, I'm falling through with him.
Okay.
I'm a spear is I'm literally going boom, and going with him. So I'm going through the door as well.
Okay. Okay, so that's a great success. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to write all this down. And go ahead. So at tier 4, with a 10, you can choose 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Get them good with tier, take cover, secure a position, pose the status. You cannot, in any regard, you cannot knock him out. So if you want to try to make sure he doesn't counter you, for example.
Yeah. I would try to prevent countering him because I would like to say that's flying through the air. And as we land, I roll on him. So he's between me and the bank currently.
Yep.
And hopefully all the police are what the fuck? Yeah. And so I think I would, what's this? He has a -1 bruised already, right?
Yeah.
Can I take that up to a 3?
I'll put him to a hurt 3, yeah.
Okay, so it goes from bruised to when knocked out of to broken ribs.
Yeah, I'm just doing a hurt 3.
Yeah.
You only need a certain number, so you need a hurt 5 to become subdued at that point. So
yeah,
I just need you to track at this.
So hurt 3. I have one more thing I can do. Could I put him at a 4?
If you want to. Are you going to not try to take cover, secure superior position?
Yeah, I'll secure my position with him on 3. As like I get up and like broken glass is like falling off of me.
Yeah.
But like by securing the position, I would get into a point where me and him are parallel with the door, and that way the cops have open sights on him.
Okay.
Currently.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's pretty fun.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good. So at this point in time,
please shoot the bad guy.
yeah. At this point in time, the others that were in patrol have made their way to the atrium. So in good old villain fashion style, one of these guys jumps off the balcony to vault down to the middle of the atrium. And if you were looking onto the middle of the atrium, Declan probably sees it, not Edwin, because he's basically looking outside at this point. Edwin and Francis don't see. But Declan, you do. This guy comes down. Lo and behold, he is holding none other than a flamethrower.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
You can thank Kat for that one. Mike over there is like, God damn it.
Thanks, chat. I was hoping you just forgot.
No,
It's a good thing I'm in the marble atrium. Everything's marble, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, pretty much. I mean, the furniture and like decorations, but
I mean, be glad it's an atrium and not like an arboretum. It's
right.
like trees.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy, he stomps down. This guy's bigger than the rest of them. Think Bane.
Oof, jeez. Okay.
From Batman kind of deal.
Adopted your
No, the other Bane. The other big giant Bane.
The other guy.
Clarifying.
That other giant Bane guy.
Yeah, the one that carries the
don't
flamethrower, you know.
Gotta clarify. Always clarify.
That's fine.
All right.
He doesn't have the face thing on him, but he is not wearing a ski mask.
He's got the gas mask.
Oh,
like the painter's gas mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he stomps down, and then the other there's hold on, 1, 2, 3. So we're at
None left? Oh,
1,
weird. None left. No more came out. That's cool.
Yeah.
2. Hold on, I'm keeping track. So we have Bob, that's gone. Mr. Bob's gone. He dropped him off to the police, and then the 3 that you guys have. And big dude. Okay. Well, shit.
And the guy I'm fighting.
3, 4, 5. Wait, is that 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
Okay, so
three came out into the arboretum. Or not the arboretum.
I'm
the
calculating the other ones that are coming in from patrol. 1, 6. Plus including the big guy in the middle. Okay, so 3 on the balcony. The 3 that you guys have on the ground, and then the big guy. One of which is one of the 3 is one of the 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3 on the balcony. Sorry, 2 on the balcony. The one that just dropped down. So you have 4 on the ground with you guys.
Okay.
That's 6. That is 6.
There we go. All right.
All right. The guy, I think at this point, you can tell that he's either the guy in charge of at least this operation from the being hired and dealing with the thugs here guy, or at least he knows the boss kind of deal. And he looks to you, Declan, because he notices that you're in a firefight with one of the other guys.
Mhm.
Says, "Who sent you?"
Declan scrambling to try to get back behind cover. Just like, we freelance for the cops. It's just a paycheck. So why don't we put down that flamethrower and all walk away from this?
Not a chance. You guys can't get in the way of our operation right now.
All right.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So at this point in time, so as he's having this conversation, he basically said, not a chance, and he's going to fire off. I'm going to have you face danger, but you have the benefit of cover, so you can take a +2 on this with the cover, and then whatever other power tags you need for to resist any physical attacks.
I'm going to use the rugged, the subconscious reaction speed to get out from that. Does my bulletproof vest help at all with?
Not in this case.
Yeah. So it's just those two. I don't think. Yeah. All right. And then here we go. Wow, 16.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Very
great. Wow.
Yeah, you actually, as the flames go across the desk, all the paper is it's on fire instantly. Things are melting. Somebody's, coffee mug shatters from the heat. Coffee goes all over the place. Just an absolute mess.
Oh my God.
And everybody go ahead and mark your time bomb up another track. Please. 4. And here's all the fun stuff. So I'm gonna do because of the number of them here, rather than doing individual rolls, we're just gonna do a group type roll thing here. So I'm combining, with the exception of Francis, because he's off in a different scene. Everybody that's in this atrium right now, you guys can have combined rolls. The only difference is that because of the size, which is 6, I'll just reduce statuses until all of them are gone for time's sake. So what we have here is going to be, I'm just marking who's in which scene. You've got 1, 2, 5. So we need a total of, I think, 12 tiers.
That's too many.
Sorry. 5. Oh no. Oh wow.
No, it was too few. Don't make that
We
face.
need 30. 30 tiers. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Did I calculate? I'm just gonna double check what.
30 tiers, no biggie. You guys got this.
Yeah, no, 30. Okay, sorry.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually not that hard if you think about it, because each of the times you inflict a status is like 2 to 3. So maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, flamethrower guy, shooting pew is happening. Edwin, you've knocked this guy through the door. I'm gonna bump his status up to a 4. Wait, didn't we do that already? I thought we did that. Yeah, we did that.
That's right.
I
he was
was
a 4.
muted.
You're
4,
muted.
yeah.
Yeah, it was at 4.
Okay.
I forgot to update it. Okay. So the cops see you. The rain is now like partially pouring into the bank because the glass has been shattered. And we're gonna go and swing right back over to Daniel. You hear all the gunfire. You hear what you think might be a flamethrower as like glasses shattering. All sorts of hubbub is happening out there. I would say you're probably about halfway through getting all of the the other hostages. It's going faster now as each one of them gets kind of untied and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At this point, is there anything you would like to do differently?
Yeah, so what he's going to do is a classic kind of trick of the eye that a magician could do. He's going to get all the hostages that are untied and the ones that are even still tied, just kind of drag to where they are out of view of the door. where as soon as that's the case, he's going to run out of the door. And even though he comes out and the illusion is dispelled, it's still going to appear as the same empty room whenever he runs out.
Okay.
And he can jump into the fight as well.
Sounds good.
Cool. So I don't know how long that'll take or maybe that'll be.
Matter of seconds, I think.
Okay. Yeah, he'll run out then, and then he'll just, whatever guy is the nearest to him, I guess he's just going to pull the pistol and just take a shot at this guy. He's not particularly skilled with it, but he's going to try.
Okay. That would be the same dude that Francis is fighting. He's almost immediately outside the hallway that you come through.
Okay.
And you see them in a knife fight, because why not?
Okay, and that's a hit with all you've got?
Yeah.
All right, I think the only plus one I have is the luck. So here we go. Mild success.
Okay. So on a hit with all you got with a mild success, you can choose one of the following. You can get him good with a tier 1 in this case. So you can bring him up to a higher tier of hurt. Or you can hold their attention. Like if you want to try to get their attention away from Francis, you could do that. Or you can get yourself cover.
I think I'll apply the tier 1 hurt to him.
Okay. So we're at a 4 now with the dude fighting Francis. Fantastic. Francis! What are you gonna do?
Francis.
Just heard a gunshot go off right nearby you.
Yeah.
Going to the side shoulder of this guy who's now dropped his knife because ow. And he's gonna try to probably grapple you at this point since he doesn't have a weapon. He's probably try to grab your hand that's got the knife so he doesn't get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Is he attacking me? Is that what's happening right now? Or is it my
It's your turn.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm going to, if he grabs at the hand with the, oh, I had the rifle. Shit, I gave my pistol up. Yeah, he grabs at the hand with the knife in it. I just kind of uppercut him. Like I let him take the hand and let him pull it where he wants, so he's distracted by that, and then I'm gonna uppercut him. So I'm gonna use dirty fighting and streetwise again, and I think that's it. I think I'm gonna do that, and I just punch him in the chin. Hit him with all I got. Bow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna clean him up.
Okay, that's gonna knock him out.
Yeah. Do I see the rest of the fighting in the atrium?
You can see the gunshot, like the light, the light that happens from gunshots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can see it from the distance.
Okay.
And you can obviously hear it. So we're gonna do a
And
subdued on that guy.
And it sounds suspiciously like a flamethrower.
Yeah, I mean it's got that weird the whoosh
Yeah.
sounds that comes out when you have it. It's not super loud for you guys because it's fairly far away, but it's an atrium, so a lot of things are echoing.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more notable. But yeah, that's happening in the other room.
Okay. I think he's torn for a second between shooting more people, stopping crime, and saving these people. But he eventually looks to Daniel and says, "Get to the atrium. Shoot the tank." And he starts to head towards the other guys.
Okay.
Daniel's just kind of shrug like, okay, I've shot a pistol once in my life.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take a shot at it.
So far, you're 100% accurate. So, I mean...
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so let's swing back to the atrium, where there's an all-out firefight at this point. The guys on the balcony are shooting down. They're not particularly good at aiming because of their vantage right now, and you guys all being underneath the balcony, so there's not a lot of room to maneuver, but they're basically just doing cover fire at this point for the flamethrower dude. You guys have 2 downstairs. Edwin, you've got the one guy. He's been knocked down. Do you want to finish him off, or are you going to leave him there for the cops?
Leave him there for the cops because I'm sure they're all drawn on him.
Yeah.
And I think what I want to do can we get the hostages out safely? Am I able to know that?
You can try, but you wouldn't know that yet.
I would try to do that to get the hostages out of there.
So you're gonna try to get past all the bullets?
Yes.
Okay, take a risk.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I like that confidence. Yes. Yes, I am.
Luck is on my side. Right place, right time. To do some good. Lay of the land.
Okay.
I have a -1 currently.
Yeah, and another minus for outnumbered.
Okay, so currently at roll of 2.
Okay.
I'm seeing if there's anything else. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's roll this motherfucker. So this is to take a risk. 9.
Okay. Things are gonna get messy, so I'm gonna offer you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can get past the bullets and make it to the hostages, but one of the hostages will die on your attempt to bring them out.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could take a bullet wound to the leg.
I would take a bullet wound to the leg.
Okay. Go ahead and give yourself a negative status of injured leg. So you will be slowed in any attempts to essentially evade damage going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So face dangers will always be at a -1.
Okay.
And if you're trying to hit with all you got, anything that has to do with you physically trying to maneuver will also be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. So
Parkouring's gonna fucking suck.
yeah. So as you guys are kind of you're shuffling the hostages out, gunfire, it continues to be exchanged in the atrium. The dude that's by the vault has been disabled, is subdued now on the ground. When you're running by, Edwin, you notice that Daniel's running in the other direction to join the gunfight. As you get there and before Francis leaves, you hear a click and the sound of like gears as the vault door begins to open. And there is a person inside holding a crate. It's not a very large crate, but it's covered, like it's one of those shipping container crates where like the wood box with like nailed down and it says fragile on the front with the stamp and all that. And they
Must be
like look
Italian.
up and they're like completely in shock because they didn't realize what was going on outside. They could barely hear anything inside the vault. And they're just standing there. And at that very moment, you actually do hear that crash from the skylight in the atrium as a woman comes flying down in between and behind the, in between where the entrance is to the bank and the flamethrower guy. And she kind of does the stupid hero landing with the knee down just to add to that whole ridiculousness.
She's doing the landing. She's doing the landing.
Great.
And so she lands down and you see all the glass just come falling down, shattering on top of this guy with the flamethrower as other people start to take cover because they don't know what's happening. They just hear this like glass shatter, so they don't know if like somebody's throwing a grenade in or what. And she just goes up to the dude on the flamethrower, does something to the back, and then runs towards the vault. And you kind of see this as I'm just going full cinematic here. She's like sliding on the ground underneath the gunfire from like the other dude that was firing towards Declan underneath, and continues and like at that moment gets up, sees Daniel just about to get into the atrium as you hear this glass shatter, winks at you and continues running towards the vault. And so she's going to be faced up against Francis and Edwin, who's back there as you guys are kind of like starting to bring the hostage. You were starting to bring the hostages through. Mm-hmm. And she looks back and notices that Declan's still kind of far away. And she, you notice if you're looking at her, she looks down at her watch and she says, "Time's up." And you hear the initial explosion start to shake the bank as the ground begins to kind of like implode downward. And for a brief moment, you can feel like the eruption of heat coming up. But then for some strange reason, when you realize that this is the bomb going off, that moment where she begins to almost resonate with like a light glow, and you see, without being injured of any kind, but you see around you, including you, Declan, you're just barely inside of this bubble as everything explodes around you, but it's not penetrating through whatever this invisible shield is. And when the explosion finally dies off, as the smoke starts to clear, now the ashes start to fall and you can feel it on you again. She's gone, and so is the crate. And that's where we're done.
Wow.
Fuck you, Meta.
We were never. At least we saved the hostages.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to yell at the police chief and be like, "How come you didn't defuse the bomb?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, right? The guy had like 14 and a half minutes. What a jerk. Casual mode police over here. God damn. That was dope. That was
We're
dope.
gonna defuse it to begin with.
Man, that was cool. I'm gonna plug Meta real quick, guys. If you want to see more of Meta's awesome GMing for City of Mist, go check her out on Encounter Roleplay. She does the Larkspur sequence on YouTube, and the new one is called The King's Hustle. Also, Meta, you are writing one of the new cases for the recently successful Kickstarter that just ended.
Yeah, just District. I'm making District.
District.
And
Thank you.
maybe Case. Yep.
Sweet. So definitely go check that out, guys. If you missed the Kickstarter, which if you did, that's fine. They're gonna be launching, I think, in 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, is the backer kit, so you can still jump on and buy some of the shit that you missed, which is super cool, which will include Meta's District and or possible cases. With that, let's do our introductions, get your thoughts on the game, and we'll switch over to the next place. We'll start with Meta. Meta, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this case?
Hey guys, I'm Metamancer. I do all the GM stuff for City of Mist pretty much exclusively nowadays. Very much enjoy the system, so it's kind of my tabletop of choice, I guess. You guys can find me on Twitter at the Metamancer and on twitch.tv/Metamancer. I'm also, as Mike already said, I'm on Encounter Roleplay and I run the King's Hustle, which is actually a casino Ocean's 11 style case. So if you're interested in a new perspective on the City of Mist, highly recommend you guys check it out on Thursday nights. I'm really excited. This is also the same district that I'm writing for the official book, which is called Fortune's Row. So I'm kind of playing with some ideas that I have for it and seeing what works. It's almost like play testing live. So that's really cool and exciting. But yeah, I like the show. I liked writing something very simple that was high action. It got to show, I think we got to see a lot of different types of moves in a short period of time. So hopefully those of you guys who aren't familiar with City of Mist kind of get a better understanding of the types of things you can do. It's not just murder. There's a lot of versatility around the types of cases you can do, which is why I really like it, because it's really whatever cinematic you want to make, you can do it. So yeah, I like it and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So
Sweet.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, if you are a fan of the channel, you've seen that we've done several campaigns of City Mist here. I asked Meta to DM this, or to MC this, like 12 hours ago. So she threw together a case that speaks to both her credit as a DM and also the simplicity of the system, that you can kind of just pull something together in such a short time. So if you like that, if you like this kind of cinematic game, definitely check it out. It's worth your time. And with that, we'll go to another veteran of our old City Mist streams. McLoken, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this case today?
You guys can find me at mixer.com/storyquest. I do a show there once a week. I'm on Encounter Roleplay on Tuesday nights. I'm on, and that's Twitch, also Metamaster's channel for the wonderful Pyre Brand Warhammer 40K series. And then Sundays, or no, not Sundays. Trying to think. No, those are all the shows I'm on right now. And then you guys, if you guys ever want to find out when I'm going to be on the show, follow me at my Twitter at Loken, and do all that kind of stuff. I want to play a quick game. Can anyone guess who my Mythos was? Not meta.
Was it Domino?
No.
Because you made that reference like 8 times.
It was the best, closest thing I could do.
Yeah.
The character it reminded me of was a character from the comic book Planetary, who had probability bending and could just sort of like in the right place at the right time, but I cannot remember that character's name.
It is not that obscure character.
Tell us, McLogan, who is it?
It was Falcor, the Luck Dragon.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I never would have got that. That's dope.
Yeah, okay, all right.
The only thing, like, there was a point where I was like, because Falcor has a breath weapon that is blue fire, because he's not necessarily a combat person. So in the novels, he had a blue fire breath, and that was like his thing. And I was gonna take that, but I was like, let me just have one card that focuses on the luck, and then if this character ever comes back, we could say another card opened up where he can be, doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was, but that was really fun today. I liked how we pooled our powers together.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done that before in the City of Mist campaign, so I like that we branched out into that and summoned the whole lightning. But yeah, it was really fun today, and fuck you, Meta, for fucking cliffhanging the fucking case again. I had to get one fuck you in it.
In a one shot of all places. You couldn't just wrap it up with a neat bow on
I
it.
always
God.
need the cliffhanger. This is my thing. Everybody knows it.
Oh, man.
Always. Doesn't
Good.
matter.
Good. I'm glad. Let's jump over to Jim. Jim, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this case?
I am co-host of WebDM. You can find us over on YouTube on Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, where we do RPG advice and D&D type videos. I'm also on Twitch, and where we're doing stuff on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and on Encounter RP, where I run a game of the new 4th edition of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So that's where we're at. Come check me out on my Twitter at @TheRealJimDavis for if you want to keep up that kind of thing. But this is the second time playing City of Mist, and I don't know if it's Metamancer and the people I'm playing with or what, but I just absolutely love this system and the kinds of games that it produces. It's really like, I'm usually super bored as a player. Right, usually a dungeon master, and I get really bored as a player, but not this. You really get to like dig in and flex your creative muscles. I really like that. So kudos, great time.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite things this game does is it cuts out the middle ground where it's like, okay, cool action scene. Oh, you're traveling to the next place? Cool, you're at the next place. What's the next cool action scene? You're like, oh, okay, I'm amped the whole time. That's one of my favorite things. It cuts out travel time. It loses all travel mechanic. Like, there's no need for that. What's the next cool thing you want to do? Cool, right there.
The next scene. Yeah. It's really good.
And last but definitely not least, Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of your first case, I believe?
My name is Jack. I go by JackoBuddy everywhere. I recommend following me on Twitter to keep up with my stuff because I do a lot of things. I write DM's Guild Adventures. I play on the Reliant Games channel on Tuesday. Wednesdays, I record for the Mimics and Monstrosities YouTube series, and also I'm the sound editor for WanderQuest with Encounter Roleplay, so I work on that amazing podcast. And then on Thursdays, I'm running Island in the Sky right here on unMadeGaming. We just had the first episode on Thursday, and it was amazing. So everyone should definitely check that out. So I've played City of Mist before, like kind of just messed around with the system and all, but this was my first real time playing it with people who like knew the rules and using them and really using the system. And I thought it was super fun, really awesome. I loved all the characters, and I love the mechanics in the game, especially the cinematic mechanics and everything. So I thought that was great. I really enjoyed playing Daniel. He was interesting because he didn't have a single combat tag on his character. And I was really nervous about going into like my first game. I was like, I want to try this. I want to make a dude all about subterfuge, and it did some cool stuff. I thought it was really neat. And he's a kind of special character to me as well, because I'm actually a kind of like amateur magician on the side. And so doing like a magic dude was really fun, doing all the classics, pulling rabbit out the sleeve and everything. So this was super fun, and I definitely want to play this system again sometime.
Sweet. First of all, thank you guys, the players. Thank you guys for jumping in here super last second to play. And Meta, thank you for jumping in here and making this super last second and running it. And chat, thank you guys for blowing our goal out of the water. We still have 6 more hours to go. We have The King is Dead coming up next, and then we have some, I think, the Rat Queens D&D coming up last. We're going to get the heck out of here, reset for our next scene, that's it. From all of us to you guys, we'll be right back. Bye-bye.